you son of a bitch. Cause Pawn's drunk loves ya.
Let's go, happy Friday!
Let's get ready to rumble!
Let's go, happy hour Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Where you at? Coming out of work, coming out of what? Summer school, what's good, what's good? DJ. You already know this is Pawn's Drunk Boxing, a.k.a. Mr. Moonshine himself, a.k.a. El Adobo, a.k.a. El Sazón, a.k.a. El Borracho, a.k.a. Café Bustelo, a.k.a. El Pastor de Boxeo. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are this side of heaven. God bless you all. All right, drama, ladies and gentlemen, drama. 4-division champion, 2-division lineal champion Shakur Stevenson having a debate with Hall of Famer Shannon Sharpe, Ocho Cinco nightcap. A lot of people was talking about is a split. People are divided in who really won the debate, Shannon Sharpe or Shakur Stevenson. Y'all see the thumbnail? I said this was the dumbest debate ever, in my opinion. For me, it was one of the most dumbest debate ever. I think it should have never even been a debate. Or it could be a discussion. It could be a reasoning of an opinion, of a preference, of a style that you may deem entertainment or not. Not everybody gonna like everything. And you don't have to know the ins and outs of something to be entertained or to like or to dislike or whatever. You feel me? But let's just go straight to it. This was Shakur Stevenson and Shannon Sharpe basically on nightcap. And shout out to Shannon Sharpe, Ocho Cinco nightcap, Club Shay Shay. Shout out to Shakur Stevenson and his career. Y'all already know he came off one of the biggest wins of this year and beating Teofimo Lopez in Madison Square Garden this past January 31st in Madison Square Garden, New York City, my city. But this is what they was basically debating about yesterday on nightcap. Give me a sec.
Don't know shit about boxing. Being ignorant when it comes to the sport of boxing.
No,
I'm calling you ignorant when it comes to the sport of boxing.
I have an opinion about my style and what I like to see.
I don't have no problems with your opinion.
Yes, you do. You just called me ignorant, but it's my opinion.
In boxing, you are ignorant.
It's my opinion. You got upset because I don't fall in praise you. Your style is boring to me. Your style is boring to me. Your style is still boring.
Shannon Sharpe says, your style is boring to me. You feel me? He didn't say you're not good. He didn't say you're not great. He didn't say that you can't beat this guy. He didn't say none of that. He didn't disrespect Shakur Stevenson. He felt that his style is boring to watch. That's an opinion. The ignorant, in my opinion, put it this way, the ignorant in this, in my opinion, is Shakur Stevenson being the ignorant one because he's trying to debate somebody. He's trying to debate or try to regulate somebody and what they deem entertaining, their preference, what they like. Hey, yo, let me tell you like this, man. If I say, hey, yo, this comedian doesn't make me laugh. Oh, man, you don't got a sense of humor. Oh, no, you just don't get the joke. No. There's certain comedians, let me say that this, ladies and gentlemen, there's certain comedians that a lot of people may feel like they're the funniest dude or girl out of all the comedians. Look, Kevin Hart is a comedian, but I don't remember when I cracked up. He's not my, like, that comedian that be like, hey, yo, man, yo, I can't breathe. Like, to be honest, folks, you know what I'm saying? He's just not that the comedic relief, in my opinion. But I understand that a lot of people find him funny, right? Let me say it like this: back in the days, Seinfeld was one of the best shows, and a lot of people found Seinfeld very, very funny. In America, people consider his show one of the best and stuff like that. And it was, for me, it was it wasn't Martin. It wasn't Martin. You feel me? Martin Lawrence, the Martin show, that was funny. That was funny each and every episode, every other minute of the episode. That was funny to me. But let me say it like this: Martin Lawrence is not everybody's cup of tea as well. So that's preference. You're not gonna be like, hey, yo, man, he don't know how to be a comedian. You don't know what you watching. You don't know what, you can't tell the joke. No, sir. There's certain jokes that is just not as funny as other jokes, depending on how you deliver it, say it, or whatever, right? Put it this way, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a boxing content creator. I'm a content creator, right? There's a lot of boxing content creators right now that we could be talking about the same thing, the same fight, could be the same prediction, go live the same time and stuff like that, talking about the same thing. There's a lot of people there's people out there that support me, subscribe to me, find me, you know what I'm saying, find my breakdowns, intellectual, a good breakdown, knowledgeable, delivery is good, find me funny, blah, 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 whatever. But then there's other people out there that I'm not their cup of tea. Hey, yo, Punch Drunk, you talk too fast. Your Punch, the delivery is too much. It's too rough. It's too controversial. It's just too raw. It's just sometimes it's unbiased. Some people will be like, man, you biased. And I get it. I'm not everybody. Oh, you too loud. You too aggressive. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. But that doesn't mean I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, right? It's just that you'd rather listen. You'd rather go to another channel and listen to them. Maybe these other channels be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Shakur Stevenson is a 4th division world champion. He's a very, he got a good jab and the way that he neutralizes his opponent I do not see anyone losing to Shakur Stevenson. His footwork is awesome. Attention to details is beautiful. The sweet signs and blah, 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 blah. That's the other people's cup of tea. In religion, right? Two people could be talking about God, could be talking about the same scripture, same verses or whatever like that. Your style may like Joel Osteen. How you doing? God bless you all. Jesus loves you and everyone else. All you gotta do is repent and accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, because Jesus is good. Jesus is your best friend. Jesus will get you out of the dirt. Jesus will get you out of the poison of alcohol. Jesus will get you the poison of drug addiction. Jesus will take you out of, it will take you away from pornography and masturbation. You know what I'm saying? And then you're going to have another preacher that's going to be the Lord. Yes, I said Jesus is going to take you out of the mud. He's going to take you out of the mud and hold you high. He's going to take you out, take the poison away from your body, all the alcohol, all the cocktail pause, all the honey, the Remy, the Blue Long Island, the cervezas. The Lord loves you. He will take away the urge of whapping yourself and watching porn, because they ain't no good. You better get home to the lady and waste all that energy with her. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be people. It's just different. Say the same shit. Could say the same thing. When the Lord made Adam, Joel Osteen, when the Lord made Adam, the Lord gave Adam an helper, and her name was Eve. And God delivered in some instructions. The Lord delivered instructions to Adam and Eve. Do not eat from the forbidden tree. You can have all the things, but you have paradise. I've given you a good woman. I'd have given you a good helper and just don't eat for the forbidden tree, right? And Eve ate from the forbidden tree. And because of Eve, we're stuck in the damn hell that we in right now. But anyway, but see, there's other people that like that preaching. Like, it's soft. It's soft. But another preacher be like, and the Lord, yes, gave Adam a lady, just not a lady. It came out of his ribs, butt ass naked. And the Lord said you could have everything. The animals, you got paradise. And I ain't talking about Coney Island. I ain't talking about Chocha Beach. I'm talking about paradise. And if you know Lord, if you know the Almighty Lord, shit, his paradise is damn paradise. A paradise, the best paradise you could ever imagine. And then Eve started talking to the serpent. Yeah. And she ain't listen. And she ate the fruit from the forbidden tree. And she said, Adam, what you got something to eat? I said, Adam. Said, yeah, girl. And then he said, where you got their food from? And she said, from the forbidden tree. He said, no, what are you doing? He said, the God don't want us to eat from the forbidden tree. And but look, nothing happened. If you don't want this nice piece of apple, Adam, are you sure you don't want it? Are you going to forbid yourself from eating it? Banana y manzana, papi. Adam be like, Deluxe. Much love, champ. God bless. Deluxe. You feel me? Good looking out with a $2 super chat. What's good? You feel me? Some people gonna like them little quiet preacher. There's people gonna like them animated preacher. You know what I'm saying? Smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Damn, it's Friday. It's Friday. I know I don't normally go live on a Friday, especially around this time. I give you more examples. All right, let's go like this. Let me see if I got the picture that I put. Let me see. All right. Boom. So if somebody be like, you know what? Trey Songz, he's better than Chris Brown. No, he's not. He's more entertaining than Chris Brown. I'd rather go to a Chris Brown. No, I'd rather go. If a dude says, man, I'd rather go to the Chris Brown concert. Nah, man. Chris Brown is a better entertainer. He entertains me. You know what I'm saying? He entertainer. Nah. Trey Songz is a better singer. You don't know nothing about R&B then. Yo, Punch, you don't know. Nah. Chris Brown is the most entertainer. If he could dance like Chris, he could do shit like Chris, pull up the honey like Chris, and all that, maybe then. But Trey Songz ain't no damn Chris Brown. You gonna argue with me because I prefer to go to a Chris Brown concert because I feel like he's entertaining? What about with the ladies? There's dudes that like that little thickness. They like a Cardi B. They like that thick. They like that booty. They like them hips. They like them melons. You know what I'm saying? But then there's other guys that they don't like all of that. They don't like all that junk in the trunk. They don't like all that skin, all that weight. You know what I'm saying? On that bumper. They don't like the watermelons. They like the little Victoria's Secret. Little Victoria's Secret, skinny ankles, got no calves. You know what I'm saying? Pretty face. You know, weighing like 98 pounds. There's some dudes that's their trophy case. That they like that to be their trophy ladies. You know what I'm saying? Dudes, there's a lot of dudes that don't like all that weight. You feel me? For certain culture, that is the beauty, right? That is the beauty. But let me say it like this: both of these ladies are beautiful, are beauty in their own right, right? You know what I'm saying? Smash that like. Give me a second. Let me take this thing out of the way. Take this thing out of the way. You know? It's like, hey, yo, put it this way. Everybody got a taste. You know what I'm saying? Look at Layla Ali. You know what I'm saying? She pretty and all that stuff. And, put everything together. You know what I'm saying? But then you got other dudes like Remy Ma's husband that like Shanae Shields. You feel me? Everybody got a preference. You know what I'm saying? There's some dudes that like them soft-spoken girls. You know what I'm saying? There's some dudes that don't like all that anger and like they don't like toxic women. You feel me? They don't like it. They like them sweet. You feel me? They like them like a man of Serrano. You know what I'm saying? But then you got you if you want you sometimes you there's dudes that like that rah-rah. Hey motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? You don't be calling me and shit like that. Who that bitch you was with last night? Yo, girl, that's my friend. Nah, motherfucker, that's what I'm talking about. You ain't shit, motherfucker. You ain't shit. Why you going to your wife and shit like that? Why you ain't gonna get no motherfucking divorce and shit like that? You know what I'm saying? Then there's other chicks like that guys like. You know what I'm saying? Some dudes like the hood rat. You know what I'm saying? It's a preference. It's a preference. Hey, yo, one of my boys be like, man, I'm tired. I just want to be with a hood rat right now. You know what I'm saying? That's preference. Some people find that sexy. You know what I'm saying? Some people find, it's all about preference. So, Jay in the building. It's all about preference. And when it comes to the sport of boxing, some people prefer a Jerome Bruce Ennis, a David Benavidez, a Bam Rodriguez, a Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? Now, Inoue, right? Some people got their own, but that's what they deem entertainment. There's other people that be like, oh my God, my favorite fighter is Shakur. And he's the sweet science. He doesn't get hits. It's the hit and not get hit type of sport, you know? And then, like I said in the video this morning, you know when you hear in the sport of boxing when people be like, you don't know shit about boxing. It's always coming from the perspective of when people deem this fighter, a particular fighter, boring. So when you call a fighter boring, you don't know boxing. You don't know, motherfucker, that shit is boring. That's it. It's boring. What? I'm supposed to like that little fencing? No. See me, all right. I'm a boxing fan. I'm a boxing fan. That I appreciate Shakur Stevenson. I believe that Shakur Stevenson, even it's not as boring as what people may say, but I also understand why people see him as boring. See, let me say it like this, ladies and gentlemen. Jerome Bruce Ennis, in my opinion, could do the same shit that Shakur Stevenson is doing. A lot of people, in my opinion, could fight like Shakur Stevenson. I don't think that Shakur Stevenson could fight like Jerome Bruce Ennis. I don't think that he could fight like David Benavidez. I think that, look, put it this way. Because people are hanging to the phrase that Shannon Sharpe said in terms of you don't put yourself in harm's way. And I think this is where it's split, where a lot of boxing people was agreeing with Shakur Stevenson when Shannon Sharpe said that that I'm always in harm's way once you step inside the ring. And he's using that phrase, you know what I'm saying, playing semantics with this phrase and the words. Bro, we all know what he meant when he said in harm's way. In harm's way meant, when he said in harm's way, it meant when Shakur Stevenson was fighting William Cepeda the way that he did. And a lot of people appreciated how Shakur Stevenson went and fought William Cepeda. Why? Because he took more risk. It's a risk stepping inside the ring in itself, but that's not the risk he's talking about. We all understand in the sport of boxing, casuals understand in the sport of boxing, it's a kill, be killed type of sport. It's a dangerous sport. You're signing your life away in that ring. We all understand that. We all understand that, but Shakur Stevenson cannot be mad if a fan has an opinion and say that, you know what, your style is boring. Hey, yo, ladies and gentlemen, I was in Madison Square Garden when it was Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano, and that shit was lit. It was so popping, bro. I'm gonna tell you like this, ladies and gentlemen. I've been to Madison Square Garden, any event, on almost every event. I've been to the Knicks playoff game. I've been to the Rangers playoff game. I've been to the damn Harlem Globetrotters. I've been to the Big East tournament, college basketball. I've been to a lot of the circus. I've been in all in my life in so many different type of shows in Madison Square Garden. I never heard a pop. A WWE SummerSlam. I never heard a pop sustain like Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor in their first fight. Right? I was in Madison Square Garden when it was Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. Ladies and gentlemen, that shit after the fourth round, that shit got so quiet. 21,000 plus. It was quiet. It was boring. It was. But it doesn't take away of the of the greatness of Shakur Stevenson. But this is what I think Shakur Stevenson doesn't get. And shout out to Shakur Stevenson. But now I know why he's cool with Shannon Shields. Because if you remember, Clarissa Shields with Shannon Sharpe, very combative. The same way Shakur Stevenson, very combative. They can't take a little bit of they don't want to understand the little bit of criticism or constructive criticism or even an opinion. That's not even a criticism. That is his personal opinion that, you know what? You don't do it for me as a boxer. He likes a Gervonta Tank Davis, which Gervonta Tank Davis is a knockout artist. We know why Gervonta Tank Davis sells and all that stuff. We understand going to a Gervonta Tank Davis fight. It's almost like really going to an event. People, I've been to his fight. People already excited because they know they might 9 out of 10 times they're gonna see something that is going to excite them. You know what I'm saying? So Shakur gets mad because they say that his style was boring. And he's been getting that throughout his professional career. I don't know why he acted like he never heard anything like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why Shakur Stevenson had to apologize after the Nakatilia fight. You understand what people are saying, Shakur. Don't get it to... Hold on. Let's... Give me a second. Let's get the facts, because there's a lot of people that's arguing, nah, Shannon Sharpe is wrong. Shakur had him. Shakur said the truth. Hold on. Let's give me a second. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. No. Hold on. I want because he tweeted that. I want to know. Let me see. He tweeted that. Hold on. I did a video about this. That's something. This was so long ago. Let me see. Okay, there it goes. Let's get it right here. Hold on. Boom. Shakur Stevenson. Let's read it. I apologize to all my fans. I didn't feel good tonight, but I did what I had to do to win. Thank you for all the support. I promise better for further fights to come. Why he apologizing? You risking your life, Shakur. You shouldn't apologize to anybody. We all know the risks. Why you apologizing? Because you also understand that your performance versus Nakatilia was underwhelming and boring. And he made, and you know what? He apologized. He said he'll do better. He did better versus Jamel Hearing. He did better versus Oscar Valdez. He did better. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, why is he talking like he don't understand what Shannon Sharpe is saying? He did apologize also with the fight with Edo de los Santos as well. How was his fight with Edo de los Santos? So he knows exactly what Shannon Sharpe is talking about. So all you other boxing quote unquote hardcores and trainers, oh, Shannon Sharpe, you know what Shannon Sharpe is talking about. You know exactly what Shannon Sharpe is talking about. I don't know what, and this, folks, this is the reason why I stopped opening the panels and talking boxing and debating about boxing, because people just want to argue just to argue. People like to play this devil advocate, like to put up a front just because they want to go against what you're saying. Every boxing head understands they don't have to agree. They don't have to agree that it is boring, because you may find Shakur Stevenson's style entertaining. You for yourself, and it's okay. And somebody could be like, nah, come on, that shit is boring. But in the end of the day, if somebody says, no, I find Shakur Stevenson entertaining, then that's the preference. That's what's, you know what I'm saying? That's why I said this is the dumbest debate ever. It's not a debate when you have an opinion, when you feel like something, hey, yo, we could eat the same food. And I'm like, yo, this is my favorite food. This shit tastes very, very good. And another person be like, this is all right. And this is all right. Nah, this shit tastes good. You don't know what food is. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you don't know what food is. There's some people that are vegans that don't like meat. You know what I'm saying? That they don't like, and you like, man, I like my burgers, my chuleta guisao, with arroz con guandole and all that stuff. And the dude's like, I don't like that. I don't eat pork. I don't like pork, and I don't eat pork. Nah, man, you don't know shit about food. You know what I'm saying? You don't know nothing about no damn food, huh? What are you, Dan? What are you, Dan cow, son? You know what I'm saying? Why he apologized? As I said in the post speaker, I do think more will be made out of "do this was" than it really is worth. But media, I'm including us, got to talk about something. I'm choosing the arrogance. Then hold on. Let me see what else he said. This is what he said. Give me a second. I really was being a little bit careful, because at the end of the day, you got to realize he got power too. This is versus Nakatilia. This is the fight that he apologized because of lackluster performance during the COVID and stuff like that. What did he say about when Andre Ward and Terrence Bud Crawford wanted him to go for the knockout versus Teofimo Lopez? Oh, he's still basically a live dog. He's still the risk. See, there's certain fighters. If you're really, see, this is what it is. Shakur Stevenson is great, but everybody see that he plays it safe. Yes, it's a risk, but within that risk, you play it very, very safe. I'm gonna give you an example of a recent fight. Boots Ennis is very athletic. Boots Ennis have powers in both hands. Boots Ennis got good reflexes and things of that nature. What happened to Boots Ennis in the third round versus Andrew Zayas, ladies and gentlemen? What happened to Boots Ennis in that third round? Huh? He may say that he didn't get rocked. He got rocked. Now, there's certain fighters like Shakur Stevenson that if he gets rocked, or get hit with a clean shot, he's running for the fences. We know that. He's running. Or being on the corner like this with William Cepeda. He running with like Edo de los Santos, or he's gonna be like this in the ropes. What did Boots Ennis do? Boots Ennis fall back. Some people may say, hold, clinch. When Devin Haney got hurt by Ryan Garcia, he was trying to clinch for dear life. When Boots Ennis got hit, he was fighting back. And guess what? Why did that seventh round fight? Why the even Xander Zayas got respect? Because he was fighting back too. That's what he's not understanding. At the end of the day, this is entertainment, my brother. And the thing is, I understand Shakur Stevenson is going to pretend like he don't understand what Shannon Sharpe was saying. He's going to pretend, you know why? Because he's a millionaire and he's getting the checks. And while he's getting the checks and stuff like that, he's going to think that everything that he's doing is right. I am entertaining. I sold out Madison Square Garden with Teofimo Lopez. What the F y'all talking about? I'm a millionaire. I make millions fighting. What y'all talking about? It seems like I'm entertaining somewhere. I know there are people that's packing the place to see me. So he's not gonna, he could fight it. That's understandable. He could fight it. He could turn the tables around on people because if I'm not entertaining, why am I getting? Why did I just get signed to Sufa on a possible lucrative deal if I'm not entertaining and nobody want to watch me fight? Blah 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 blah. Because there are people out there that value his skill set, but that doesn't mean he's entertaining. There's people that like to be entertained. The fight of the year candidates is always a fire fight. Let me ask y'all a question. If y'all see Thomas Hearns, how he went at it with the middleweight Hagler, was he smart to just go after Hagler like that? Nah, but it produced the best 3 rounds in the history of the sport of boxing. People don't even understand that fight that was so monumental, that fight that people to this day considers one of the greatest. And I did a poll. When was it, like last year? And I just wanted to prove a point. I said, what is the best fight in the history of the sport of boxing? What is the top? And you know what? Hearn versus Hagler was top 3. Hearn versus Hagler was 3 rounds. 3 rounds. It didn't even go past 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. It wasn't a 12-round slugfest. It was 3 rounds, ladies and gentlemen, under 9 minutes. And it's produced to be one of the greatest fights in modern day boxing. But why? Or we don't know that Hearns know the sweet science. Hagler, what? Doesn't know the sweet science. It's just a fight. In the end of the day, people pay and people go and say, I'm going to watch a fight on Saturday night. People don't be like, I'm going to watch a boxing bout. Hey, yo, bro. Hey, yo, you going to watch the boxing bout later on tonight on DAZN? Hey, yo, Punch. Tell us about that boxing bout this Saturday. Hey, yo, what you feel about Teofimo Lopez versus Rolly Romero boxing bout? Are you going to go to the boxing bout August 22nd? No. People say, yo, you going to watch the fight? Is there going to be a fight party? Hey, yo, I'm going to the fight Saturday night. Hey, yo, let's go to the bar and catch the fight. They say fight. People expect fight. People want to see fight. And the thing is with Shakur Stevenson that he got to understand, Shakur, you do have a prestige skill set. You have wrinkles to your game that other people may not have. I think this will frustrate the people, Shakur, is that you so good in your fights. And within your fight, you have shown levels above your contemporary, that opponent in front of you. Even with Teofimo Lopez, you showed that night that you was levels above Teo. You show you was levels above Oscar Valdez. You show you was levels about you know that you're levels above Edo de los Santos. We know that. It's when, and I said this a while ago, what fans don't like is the lack of effort. If we know that you have all these skill set, and we know that you are levels above these particular that you shown after eight rounds and 9 rounds, damn it, we already know where this fight is heading. Why you don't turn it up? That's what Andre Ward in terms of Crawford was telling you. Why you don't turn it up? You got all the skills and talent. You already shown throughout the fight that you are levels above that particular opponent. Turn it up. Try to get him out of there. You're levels above them already. Thank you, Queen Lakers. Seek and destroy. So when we see, oh, this guy just cruising to the 12. Okay, that's it. Oh, how many more rounds we're going to see this? That frustrates the boxing fan. Now, if you going at it with Teo and going into the 10th round, it's 10-10. Going to the 12th round, it's tied up. It's tied up. You don't know who winning. Right now was a draw. Okay, now you attempted. You're not trying to make a mistake. But see, it's risk. It's taking risk within the risks. It's taking risks within the risk that gets you over the top. You know what I'm saying? That gets you over the top. Not just as for the W, to get you over the top when it comes to the fans. In the end of the day, the fans, they want to see a fight. And they will give you credit if they identify that you are going all out. And as much as you are undefeated and you've been blowing out people in the scorecards, that's not enough for people because you are blowing people out in the scorecard. They can't hang with you. So get them out of there. Get them out of there. That's it. Get them out of there. We ain't trying to watch overtime. Get them out of there. So then when we compare, then if people are going to compare damn Shakur and David Benavidez, Shakur and Bam Rodriguez, what? Is Bam Rodriguez not the sweet science? This whole notion that these fake ass pundits in the sport of boxing, these trainers and because they train, these other people y'all don't know nothing about the sport of boxing. Have you ever stepped inside the ring? Shut the fuck up. I don't need to step inside the ring, or I don't need to have a pro fight to understand what's entertaining or what a fighter could do. There's a lot of people that educate themselves in sports. There's a lot of people right now that's talking about sports right now, has made a living about talking about sports, and they never play the sport professionally. That doesn't mean that you can't be an educator. That doesn't mean you're not a scientist, but you know certain things about science, right? Now you can't say that. Don't call it H2O, call it water. You don't know nothing about science. Well, you don't know nothing about the elements. You don't have to be a mathematician to know math. You understand? You don't need to be a scientist to know the science. You don't have to be an attorney to understand the law. You can educate yourself. You don't have to be an attorney to understand the laws. Huh? You don't need to be a doctor to say, you know what? My diabetes is going up. I could feel it in my body. No, it's not. You're not a doctor. You can't say that. You can't say that. You don't have to be you don't have to be a therapist to be there for a friend and talk them through if your friend is going through a relationship issues or going through financial issues or anything of that nature. You don't need a financial advisor to know that shit ain't good right now, or how to manage your money very, very well. Some people may do, but you don't have to be a financial advisor to advise somebody else how to handle their money. Help them handle their money. So I hate when it comes to the sport of boxing that these boxers and these people in boxing, the pundits and trainer, has to give this all. I think that's why more and more you can see more and more people respect boxers less and less, because what boxers usually do, especially, I'm not saying all boxers, I'm saying these boxers that do have the traffic and have the voice and the relevancy so people can hear them. You guys shit so much on casuals, but it's casuals that pay y'all motherfucking bills. Okay, let me say it like this: the hardcores are cheap. The hardcores are the one that's gonna steal the fights. The hardcores are the one that really calls y'all out. But the casuals are the one that's going to see Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul, 73,000. Right? With Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor, right? There's going to be a lot of casuals. It's going to be the casuals that's going to be in August. What is it? August 15th to see Ray J and Orlando Brown and Big Lex versus Taseki. It's the casuals. They don't know shit about the sport of boxing. You know why they're going to see them? You know why they're going to see them? Because it's a fight. They don't care if Big Lex throws a good jab. It's a fight. And they're going to pay for the fight. You know what I'm saying? These boxers be turning off people because they can't take. I'm going to tell you like this, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of boxers are the most emotional people. You will think that these dudes are like made of steel, modern day superheroes and stuff like that. Back in the days, a lot of people respected boxers. Yo, even if you was a local Golden Glove boxer, everybody in the neighborhood call you champ. Yo, champ. Yo, champ. Yo, champ. You are the champion. You are the fighter. Like nobody would have messed that. Hey, yo, watch it. He know how to box. He was that guy. He was like the neighborhood, a boxer back in the days, ladies and gentlemen. A boxer back in the days in your neighborhood was the neighborhood superhero. Oh, you can't mess with that. Man, you can't mess. Hey, yo, he'll F you up. Hey, yo, champ. You ain't even had to be a world champion. In your neighborhood, he's the neighborhood superhero. Now, because the way that these fighters talk, like always complaining, they like beta. A lot of these dudes are like beta males, bro. Beta males. Oh, stop. You don't know boxing. Shut up. Shut up, Shannon. Shannon, you don't know, right? You're so arrogant. You don't know anything. Come on, man. Let's take it again. Let's go again for the people that didn't catch it. For the people that didn't catch it.
Don't know shit about boxing. Being ignorant when it comes to the sport of boxing. I'm calling you ignorant when it comes to the sport of boxing.
I have an opinion about my style and what I like to see.
Yeah, I don't have no problems with your opinion.
Yes, you do. You just called me ignorant, but it's my opinion.
In boxing, you are ignorant.
It's my opinion. You got upset because I don't fall in praise you. Your style is boring to me. Your style is boring to me. Your style is boring to me. Your style is still boring.
Your style is boring to me. I think Kitty in the building was good. Kitty. Man on fire in the building. Samuel in the building was good. Jay the Boxer in the building. Go subscribe to my home girl, the champ Jay the Boxer. Queen Lakers in the building. Savage, the member. Shakur eats hot dogs without ketchup. Right? Preference, right? Some people like their hot dog with just ketchup. Some people like ketchup and mustard. Some people like ketchup, mustard, sauerkraut, and onions. You feel me? Like people, it's preference. If I would have heard Shannon Sharpe say, you don't know how to throw a good jab. Your footwork is sloppy. Your defense is satisfactory. Then, if Shakur Stevenson would have said, you don't know shit about boxing, everybody would agree. Even if you hate Shakur Stevenson, everybody would agree with Shakur Stevenson because we all know he got a great jab. We all know that his footwork is impeccable, and we all know that his defense is great. Of this generation, he got one of the best defense. Is he and look, just because you undefeated and you don't get touched, but is it your quintessential complete fighter? Has anybody say, yo, Shakur Stevenson is the complete package, the complete fighter? See, I could identify that Shakur Stevenson, in my opinion, the way that I watch him and study him, is that he doesn't trust his offense like he trusts his defense. He don't trust his offense like he could trust a little bit. I think he trusts his jab. I think he could trust the jab, that his jab is going to get there quicker than the other one and then get away. But for me, the sweet science, in my opinion, Sugar Ray Leonard, Pretty Boy Floyd, Oscar de la Hoya in his prime, Hitman Hearns, Roberto Duran, and where they could throw their shot and stay right in front of you, and they believe that their shot is going to get there quicker. They're going to sit on their punches. They're not going to throw no little flicking shots. They're not going to pot shot your way. They're going to stand in the middle when they throw that shot. They're going to sit well on their punches. They throw their punches, and they have confidence enough that they're going to block. They could catch. They could slip. They could duck. They could throw a combination. They could throw 2-3 punch combination. It's going to get quicker there. It's going to get quick. Those 3 combinations is going to get quicker there. It's going to get quicker than that one that you're going to throw back. And they're going to stay right there in the middle of the ring. And they're going to stay right there in the pocket. Sweet Pea Whitaker was just running around and stuff like that. Sweet Pea was sweet in the pocket, bro. But that doesn't mean that he can't get dropped by Roger Mayweather's. People are confusing also, and I think in this generation, people do not no longer acknowledge character in the ring anymore. People has gotten so bougie when it comes to the sport of boxing that if a fighter get touched, oh, he's exposed. If a fighter get put down, oh, he's exposed. He got a weak chin. He doesn't got all this. Before, if a fighter loses, fans will get on that fighter. Damn, he lost. Now fans are so bougie. They're so attention to details and be like, oh my God, he got hit. Oh, he's not good. He doesn't have any defense. He got hit there. He got hit here. He's not, no, he's no good. It's no good. Now if somebody gets dropped, they be like, oh, look at him. He got dropped. That's it. He's no good. He's not. If he can't fight Virgil. No, Boots. No, Boots can't fight Virgil. That's it. You know why? Because if he got hurt by Xander Zayas, and Xander Zayas is not really known for power, then imagine what Bud Crawford and Virgil Ortiz do. No, it's no good. I don't want to see the fight. I don't want to see the fight. That's how I'm saying that. I'm telling you right now, the boxing fans are so bougie, bro. Boxing is now like for the elegance. Oh my God. Look at its exhibition. Why does he got hit? Oh my God. How dare you get hit? Look at him. He's exposed. He's no good. Lolo's boxing. Boxing G's tank to save it and beat the Avengers. Good looking out with the $2 super chat. Lolo's boxing. I like Keyshawn. I like some of the guys in the Avengers. I don't like the little Power Ranger move that they make, and they're trying to be the new NWO of boxing. But I remember fighters back in the days used to get dropped, and it didn't define them. It didn't define them. You know why people won't abandon Xander Zayas for losing and getting stopped by Jerome Bruce Ennis? You know why? You know why that when Xander Zayas fight again, he's going to get the same support that he had going into the Jerome Bruce Ennis fight. Do you understand why? Because of his effort. One of the things about the boxing fans is the boxing fans, most are paying customers. All they want is effort. They could go, I'm going to tell you like this, a fan could go for this person and could hate the other person or whatever. They could be neutral. They don't give a damn. They just want to see. But one thing about fans, whether they casuals or hardcores, they will identify effort. You don't need to know basketball. You don't need to know too much basketball to understand that Jalen Brunson is a dog, that Jalen Brunson is a killer, that Jalen Brunson is the man of the Knicks. It doesn't take a genius to understand that. It doesn't take a genius. Some people may argue, well, Jalen Brunson, hey, he's the best point guard. Some people may not be that exciting about Jalen Brunson because he's not athletic and plays above the rim. Maybe they'll like a Russell Westbrook in his prime, dunking on everybody, triple-double left and right. That's more entertaining. But that doesn't take away that Jalen Brunson is a killer as well. And it's just as efficient as a triple-double of a Russell Westbrook in his prime. Just because Isaiah Thomas is a great, I'm going to say Isaiah Thomas, right? He could be an entertaining point guard, dribble, cook you. Tim Hardaway could cook you. Allen Iverson could cook you. But that doesn't mean that John Stockton is just not as valuable or efficient in what he does. I'd rather watch Allen Iverson than a John Stockton. I'd rather watch an Isaiah Thomas than a John Stockton. When we think about the dream team, who we saw, John Stockton was part of the dream team too, but he's just not as entertaining. That doesn't mean you don't know, oh man, you don't know what you're watching. No, entertaining is entertaining. Tim Duncan is more boring than Shaquille O'Neal. But Tim Duncan is more technical as a basketball player than a Shaq. But to watch Shaq is more dominant, more entertainment. You understand? You understand? But Tim Duncan was boring, but he was great. He's one of the greatest power forwards ever. But his style was boring. His character was boring and stuff like that. So it was the same shit. Shakur Stevenson, you could win chips. You got your 4 division world champion. Tim Duncan, what is a four-time NBA world champion. There's other players that never won a chip. But that doesn't mean that a person can't say, you know what? Spurs is good, but they just boring. Some people would rather watch when Steve Nash and Amari Stoudemire was in Phoenix. That was entertaining to them. You know what I'm saying? People like the Miami Heat with LeBron James and Dwayne Wade and all, and it was fun to watch them. Back in the days, the LA Lakers. It was fun to watch. It was showtime. The Chicago Bulls. It's just not that they was just technically good and everybody knew their role. They was entertaining to watch as well. Who going to win, Rolly or T.O.? I got T.O. beating Rolly. Hands down. I got T.O. beating Rolly. I think that he won. And the thing is, I don't know why Shakur Stevenson fights that from like fight the opinions of many. I don't of the boring stuff. I'm gonna say it again. I don't consider Shakur Stevenson a boring fighter. I understand why people see him boring. Like I could see it. It's just like, for example, Demetrius Andre has never been boring to me, but more people say that he's boring, and I'm like, and I'll be like, so was the him breaking Jason Quigley's jaw in the second round boring? Then okay, then there's a narrative going on. Then I could see, when he knocked somebody out, he's still what is it? Was he boring versus David Benavidez? Nah, I don't think he was boring versus David Benavidez. So what is, you know what I'm saying? I understand certain fights where it'd be like, damn, you expected more and they didn't. But that goes for Shakur Stevenson. And I think that Shakur Stevenson need to stop trying to debate or fight people by saying that he's a boring fighter. He's just not as entertaining as the other ones. Bam Rodriguez could look, I'm saying like this. If Bam Rodriguez wants to say, you know what, I'm not going to get touched tonight and I want to fight like a Shakur, I want to be highly careful. Bam Rodriguez could do that. A complete fighter, you got to be just as good in the offensive end and the defensive end, in my opinion. That's a complete fighter at the highest level. Let me see. Let me see the poll. Right now, who won the debate? 60% says Sharpe. 40% says Shakur. So there's a lot of people that's picking Shakur. I agree. I think that if I feel like it's the dumbest debate, but I got Sharpe because how are you go? Okay, for those that pick that feels like Shakur won the debate, where did he win this debate? If it's an opinion that Shannon Sharpe feels like, how do you win this debate? Hold on, give me a second. Listen. Because I know this is not the whole interview, but this is really what everybody is debating about.
Don't know shit about boxing. Being ignorant when it comes to the sport of boxing. I'm calling you ignorant when it comes to the sport of boxing.
I have an opinion about my style and what I like to see.
I don't have no problems with your opinion.
Yes, you do. You just called me ignorant, but it's my opinion.
In boxing, you are ignorant.
It's my opinion. You got upset because I don't fall in praise you. Your style is boring to me. Your style is boring to me. Your style is boring to me. Your style is still boring.
Well, 90% of the boxing world hate Shakur because Shannon did the same thing versus Skip Bayless, same shit. Is he not entertaining, or is more, or he's more dominant? It doesn't matter if that's what I'm saying. It is there's not a right or wrong answer. It's not a debate, because his opinion is that he's not entertaining to him. You can't force entertainment or your opinion on somebody and what they should deem entertaining. That's like that's what I was saying earlier in my live. There are comedians. There's a lot of comedians out there. There's certain comedians that me and you are not going to laugh the same way. This comedian may tell a joke and you may laugh and I may not laugh. That doesn't mean that he's not a good comedian though, because the proof is in the pudding. He does got fans. He's successful as a comedian. He does make people laugh, but that doesn't mean that the way that he does comedic is for example, I like animated comedians. You know what I'm saying? I like animated comedians more so than the guy that's just standing there and saying, hey, so I went here and there and then tell a joke, very mellow toned and stuff like that. There's people that I know people that don't. There's people that I've talked to, and I feel like Dave Chappelle is the best comedian right now, hands down. But there are people that feel that he's always on this politics stuff. Some people don't like Dave Chappelle. There are people that don't like Dave Chappelle. There are people that likes his skits, but then there's people that don't like his stand-up. You understand? There's people that love his stand-up. There's people that doesn't consider not everybody like everybody. That doesn't mean you don't know what you're talking about. Because all Shannon Sharpe is talking about his opinion and what he values as entertainment. That is not a debate. If I say that you're boring to me, you are boring to me. If I say that you're exciting to me, that excites me. And they could be probably the most boringest people in the fucking world for others. There's a community for everybody. There's a liking for everybody or a dislike. How is that a debate? It's not moving the goalpost, folk. You can't do some foul shit and then judge somebody for doing the same foul shit. I don't understand that. I don't know where we at. This ain't about. Hold on, let me put this. Where do y'all agree with Shannon Sharpe? Where do y'all disagree with Shannon Sharpe? So does he have to tell Shakur Stevenson, you are an entertaining fighter? Man, when I see you, man, shit, it's must-see TV. Before Tio didn't Cameron and Mace did a sketch while they was just falling asleep watching the Shakur Stevenson fight? Like, this is not new to Shakur. See, I think now people want to debate who is actually saying it. Because when Cameron and Mace, hold on, let's show what Cameron did. Give me a second. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let's put the pictures out there. Hold on. Let's go. All right. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let's put the pictures out there. I want to know what everybody peeking. Not everybody acting over peeking. Maybe because of Shannon Sharpe. Maybe because of Shannon Sharpe now. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm going to upload these pictures. Give me a second. Hold on. Hold on. After. Give me a second. Hold on. Give me a minute. Because I want to know whether if I think people just want to play devil's advocate. They people acting like people are acting that they don't know what. Let me see here. Okay. Give me a second. Yeah. Let's see. Like I said. We got what? Look. Give me a second. See, that's why it's good with receipts. That's why it's good with receipts, because I think a lot of people, because like I said again, Shakur Stevenson, he knows what Shannon Sharpe is talking about. And you know why he knows? I'm gonna show it right here. Shannon is right, but he should have some basis if he's publicly denouncing his opinion. It's like eating Little Caesars all the time. Then you try Domino's and you say Domino's the best. Let me take this one out. All right. Let's get to the receipts. For the people that want us to disagree, let's hear it from Shakur Stevenson himself. Okay. Let's see if I'm wrong. I agree with Shannon Sharpe. Let's see if we're wrong. For those, because we got 42% got Shakur saying that they want to debate, 58%. So now it's going Shakur right now on the poll. So I want to, let's see. Give me a second. Let me put the pin. All right. This was. Take this out of the way. Remember this fight? This was Cameron, Mace, Stat Baby sleeping, watching Shakur Stevenson. Oh, the community was laughing. Everybody was all in sync saying that Shakur Stevenson is boring. This was funny, ladies and gentlemen. I remember that Shakur Stevenson and Mace and all these guys was going back and forth. This is how they felt about the fight. This is how a lot of people felt about the fight. Let's not forget that a bunch of boxing content creators was laughing and putting the memes and putting the videos of people walking out of Shakur Stevenson in his hometown in Newark, New Jersey, because he was boring. Stop acting like y'all don't know what Shannon Sharpe is talking about, you fucking frauds. Y'all just playing devil's advocate maybe because of Shannon Sharpe. This has been a criticism of Shakur Stevenson throughout his entire professional career. The arrogance is on Shakur telling somebody else what they deem as entertaining. Shout out to my $5 Shannon wasn't lying, but his boxing knowledge is too feeble to articulate his point. But you know what? You know what, though? But even if he doesn't say certain words, like I think people are trying to hang on to the word of people are trying to hang on to the word of harm's way. But we know, and maybe he's not using it he's not using the same phrase, but come on, we know how to read between the lines, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes you say a word and it's really is not the actual word that you need that you meant to say, but comprehension is key. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people know how to read, but they don't know the comprehension. You can read, but no comprehension. It's like a kindergarten and a first grader. Teaching my son put it this way. I'm gonna give you an example. My son, hold on, let me take this thing out of the way. All right. So my son, right? My son is autistic. My son is autistic. He has he had a very speech. His speech is very delayed, right? And he's learning how to read. He's 9 years old. He's learning how to read, but that doesn't mean he could comprehend exactly what he's reading. You know what I'm saying? So you could you could read, but comprehension. So I could also understand if a person don't have to give me a full sentence or a full paragraph about something, I can already comprehend what they're trying to say. So we know that when Shannon Sharpe was talking about harm's way, we're talking about that take risk within the risk, like Jerome Boots Ennis did in the Barclays Center versus Xander Zayas, right? Like Oscar de la Hoya did versus Julio Cesar Chavez. And then he got criticized versus Trinidad in the championship rounds because he didn't want to take the same risk within the risk. Thus, people identify, what is Oscar de la Hoya doing? That's not the way that he fight. The same way that people looked at Jamel Charlo versus Canelo Alvarez. Oh, Canelo Alvarez is an entertaining fighter in the 154-pound division. He knocked out everybody to get his world title. The Brian Castaño was entertaining fight. The Jason Rosario fight was entertaining to get his titles and stuff like that. But people, like I said at the beginning, people identify effort. People identify when you pulling back. People identify when you ain't trying to go all out. Thus, Jamel Charlo versus Canelo Alvarez. People wasn't mad that Jamel Charlo lost to Canelo Alvarez. People was mad at the effort that he put, like he wasn't trying to win. Now, is Shakur Stevenson not trying to win? Of course he's trying to win, but he's trying to win in the style that for people is like, oh, come on, step on it. Come on, try to get him out of there. At least try, because your skills is way above the guys that you're fighting. So at least that's the least that you could do is go for it. Thus, Andre Ward and Terrence Crawford, his boys, had a problem with him not going after it versus Teofimo Lopez in the championship rounds because they already saw that you already beating him in every facet of the game. Go for it now. But he doesn't want to take the risk within the risk. If you understand what I'm trying to say. Who was this? Give me a second. Let's see. This is Shakur Stevenson. June 2021. After the Nakatilia fight, I apologize to all my fans. I didn't feel good tonight, but I did what I had to do to win. Thank you for all the support. I promise better for further fights to come. Why did Shakur Stevenson apologize? Why does a guy that risks his life in the ring needs to apologize to the fans? You know why? Because Shakur Stevenson identified that he went all out. That Shakur Stevenson understand that he fought very, very boring. That's why he apologized. Let's see if he apologized again. Hold on. Let's bring the receipts out. Oh, no, Shannon Sharpe is lying. Shannon Sharpe don't know what he's talking about. Let's bring it out then. Hold on. Who's this? Give me a second. This was after the Edo de los Santos fight. Yo, that's dope. I got Floyd to come to a top-ranked fight. He came here to support me. I appreciate Floyd. I apologize to him. I apologize to Andre Ward. I apologize to Terrence Crawford. All my idols, I put on a bad performance. They came out to see great performance, and I put on a bad one. Why? Why? What did Shakur Stevenson do in the fight with Edo de los Santos? Huh? Since Shannon Sharpe don't know what he's talking about, what did Shakur Stevenson do versus Edo de los Santos that he needed to apologize? This is the second time that Shakur Stevenson needed to apologize to the fans and everybody else because of the way that he performed. Hold on. It's his words. I apologize to my fans, Shakur Stevenson. I apologize to everyone if I had a bad performance or if y'all felt I could have did more. I did too, so I'm sorry. Oh, so Shakur Stevenson himself don't know anything about boxing as well. Anybody anybody wants to debate this? Anybody? Y'all don't know what he's talking about? This ain't Shannon Sharpe. This is Shakur Stevenson about his own performances. Anyone? Does anybody wants to debate Shakur Stevenson how he felt about these fights? Hold on. Give me a second. Let's see what we got here. Shakur Stevenson specifically apologized to boxing legends Floyd Mayweather, Andre Ward, Terrence Crawford, who were sitting ringside for putting on a bad performance and a boring fight against Edo de los Santos in November 2023. He also apologized to the fans for not delivering a great show, but refused to make any excuse for his overly cautious style. Did anyone disagree with the sentiments of this article? Anyone, please. He said, everyone, Martin said, everyone has an off night. Did Canelo apologize for the score fight? Did Floyd apologize for half of his fights as Money Mayweather? Did anybody said, is Canelo Alvarez fighting somebody when somebody called them out and say, I don't like your style? Tell me somebody told Canelo Alvarez, who told Canelo Alvarez that you got a boring style? And then Canelo Alvarez has to argue back and say, no, what are you talking about? I entertainment, right? You don't know nothing about boxing. Usted no sabe nada de boxeo. Usted no sabes nada. Yo no soy burrío. La gentes me quieren, me miran. And that's what I mean. Y'all playing devil's advocate. Y'all come with it. What's the question? No, the question is, we're talking about Shakur Stevenson. And people, and let me tell you like this, he doesn't have the reputation. A person, see, look, Canelo Alvarez, I'm a fan of Canelo Alvarez, but Canelo Alvarez to me, of late, has been a very boring fighter. And I've said this as a Canelo Alvarez fan. He was boring versus Terrence Crawford. He was boring versus William Skull. He was boring versus the what was the other fight? What's the other fight that I don't like? The Triple G. The Triple G trilogy. what Shakur Stevenson is saying, oh, he says, I'm not entertaining and he's boring to me. He didn't say he's boring to the whole world. He said this.
Don't know shit about boxing. Being ignorant when it comes to the sport of boxing. I'm calling you ignorant when it comes to the sport of boxing.
I have an opinion about my style and what I like to see.
Yeah, I don't have no problems with your opinion.
Yes, you do. You just called me ignorant, but it's my opinion.
In boxing, you are ignorant. It's my
opinion. You got upset because I don't fall in praise you. Your style is boring to me. Your style is boring to me. Your style is boring to me. Your style is still boring.
Hey, yo, Shakur Stevenson was catching a tantrum, bro. That was not a debate. That was not no debate. Shakur caught a tantrum. That's what it was. Who disagree on that? Matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? I haven't even done it in a long time. Let me open up the panels. Let me see. I haven't done this in a while. I'll open up the panels. Let me see. Who want to jump on? Who want to jump on and tell anybody what is entertaining to them? I want to know the people that disagree with Shannon Sharpe. Let me know why you disagree with Shannon Sharpe. Because if you disagree with Shannon Sharpe, what you're trying to say is that Shannon Sharpe has to come and say, no, Shakur, he is an entertaining fighter. He's a must-see TV. I can't wait, man. I cheer. I tell everybody, watch this excitement, man. It's like watching Michael Jackson, but in the boxing ring. Roy Jones Jr. is more entertaining than Bernard Hopkins. Or no. So somebody be like, hey, yo, Bernard Hopkins, he was great, but he wasn't really entertaining like that. Andre Ward used to get the same thing. Andre Ward is great, but he wasn't no Triple G. For what people deemed Triple G was a knockout artist. The drama show. Defensive fighting to me can be, so in other words, get hit on purpose. And that's when some certain people, when they say, oh, so you're just going to get hit on purpose. Bro, boxing is the most documented sport of all sports. The sweet science is already been identified by the greats. No, did anybody told Mike Tyson to get hit on purpose? No, see, that's what I'm saying. Now y'all going about it. Oh, so entertaining is that Shakur needs to stand there and never duck a punch, never slip a punch, just get hit to get your shit off. No. Mike Tyson was defensive style. What do you think is the peekaboo style? Slip. Huh? He was defensively sound. Roberto Duran was defensively sound. Flown like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Muhammad Ali, at a certain point, was defensively sound as well with his reflex. But their offense overshadowed their defense. To be an elite fighter of that caliber, you got defense, but it doesn't define. The reason why people just say Shakur Stevenson got defense is because it's offensive. It doesn't overwhelm. In the heavyweight division, when Mike Tyson was coming up, he barely got hit. He didn't get hit like that because he know how to slip punches, but still be ferocious as an offensive fight and in the offensive end as well. I don't want you to box unless packaging wise. Once again, that's not my point. He's just the dominant name. What's on it? Hey, I'm not gonna keep reading your shit. Smash the link, my brother. Smash the link. If you disagree, anybody that disagree, I don't even open up the panels like that. I'm giving y'all an opportunity. Teach me. I don't know fucking boxing. I'm taking it as he's talking to me too. I don't know boxing. I don't know boxing. I don't know what's entertaining to me. I don't know what's entertaining. Y'all contradicting yourself. Y'all acting fucking stupid. That's what it is. Y'all acting stupid. Y'all being stupid. You see how he says y'all don't know boxing? Y'all don't know language. Y'all don't know entertaining. Y'all don't know that it's your preference. It's your preference. There's going to be people out there that probably don't like Michael Jackson, and he's highly entertaining for them. No, sir. I just like to hear vocals. They want to go to the opera and hear vocals. There's some people that what entertains them is an artist singing in a live band, and they don't like the DJ stuff with a hype man or nothing like that. They want to see a live band that entertains people. You guys are fucking dumb. You arguing a what a person deems entertainment. That's what it is. I can't tell you what's entertaining to you, and I can't tell you no, it's not entertaining, and have an argument of how you feel. That's like if your girl is highly skinny, flat chested, no ass, no nothing and stuff, and just got and I'm like, man, come on, you don't know how to get a girl, nothing like that. No, that's who you love. That's who you find sexy. That's who you find beautiful. I can't tell you what you find beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I could crack all the jokes I want, like I do with Shannon Shields, right? But Remy Ma's husband find her beautiful and a queen. I don't understand it. I get it. I don't understand it. I don't understand it either. I don't understand it. That's like Shannon Sharpe looking at Shakur style is like me looking at Shannon Shields and don't understand. Oh my God. Remy Ma's husband could say, nah, babe, nah, what you talking about, yo? She's man beautiful, man. She's a queen, man. She's sexy. She's all of that. She's beautiful in the face. She's beautiful to me. Am I gonna argue that with him? I'm like, damn. All right. All I'm saying is that's not my cup of tea, bro. That's not what I don't know what you're saying. But more people find her unattractive than most, right? More people find Shakur Stevenson. There is more of Shakur Stevenson is boring than he's exciting. Briz said he is a damn boring fighter. Yes. I understand that. That doesn't mean that he's boring to everybody else. Like I said, he's not as boring as what people deem. I can understand there's certain fights that people damn is boring. But there's other fights for me, he's not boring, like the Hearing fight, the Oscar Valdez fight, he went at it. You know what I'm saying? I think he could have pressed the gas with Teofimo Lopez, because I was even shocked how Teofimo Lopez performed. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, Teofimo Lopez performed a little bit boring. You know what I'm saying as well. But Teofimo Lopez, to me, is one of the most entertaining fighters. But as of late, he hasn't been as well, the last fight, because to me, he was entertaining versus Barbosa. For me, he was entertaining versus Josh Taylor. You know? For me, he was entertaining versus Pedro Compa. And before that, with the Maldonado, so he's an entertaining fighter. Ben Whitaker is an entertaining fighter. But put it this way, and this is what I'm saying, that doesn't mean that his entertainment is liked by everybody. What is the major criticism that people say about Ben Whitaker? Oh, he showboats too much. In the UK, he even said it. They don't like him the way that the Americans like him. So some people don't even like certain entertainment, but that's what they like or dislike. Some people don't like the showboat. People don't like it. Some people do like it. Some people do like the drunken master. Some people don't. That's why, hey, yo, ladies and gentlemen, why you think that when people talk about Floyd Mayweather, they talk about like if he was two different people? Why when people talk about Floyd Mayweather, they talk about Floyd Mayweather like he's two different fighters? Why? Because Pretty Boy Floyd was what? the entertainer. Pretty Boy Floyd was the one that was putting combinations after combinations, still defensively sound. Floyd Mayweather still had defense. The Money Mayweather was the guy that didn't take as much risk within the risk. The risk is already stepping inside the ring. But the risk too, when he licked his chops and he was chanting chop Courtney, come on, let's fight, after him getting hurt as well. Oh, that's Pretty Boy Floyd. The Pretty Boy Floyd with Shane Mosley, he's gonna try to survive. He's gonna try to grab. With Chop Courtney, he's fighting back like Boots Ennis did versus Anders Zayas. So what did people say about Money Mayweather? Oh, Money May was boring. Money May was boring. But then what does another boxing fan would say? Man, boy, when he was Pretty Boy Floyd. So why are we acting like we don't know what Shannon Sharpe was saying to Shakur? I want to know why all of a sudden you guys don't understand exactly what Shannon Sharpe was saying. And forget about that, it's just Shannon Sharpe. That's an opinion. He got mad over an opinion, started calling him arrogant and telling that you don't know shit about boxing. Every time somebody disagree with a particular style, and it's always the ones in boxing that always say that they don't know shit about boxing, is when people call a style, that particular style, boring. Oh, you don't know shit about boxing. Why he don't know shit about boxing? Because he's not entertained by it. So if he's a fan of Tank, or he's a fan of David Benavidez, that means he don't know shit about boxing. So if he says David Benavidez is entertaining, but Shakur Stevenson is not entertaining, he don't know shit about boxing. And most of the boxing world knows that David Benavidez is one of the most entertaining fighters in the sport of boxing. If he says that Roy Jones Jr. is entertaining, you'd be like, you don't know shit about boxing. You don't know shit about boxing. Really? Was Roy Jones Jr. entertaining in his prime? Yes or no? Because if you say yes and Shannon Sharpe says yes, then y'all both don't know nothing about boxing. Could be the same way. Turn it around. But more people would say, yo, if he says, you know what, Mike Tyson wasn't entertaining. You know, Roy Jones Jr., he wasn't entertaining. People will question. What the fuck? You don't find them entertaining? Nah, man, I think that Devin Haney is a more entertaining fighter than Roy Jones Jr. Your opinion, but how credible is that opinion? You know what I'm saying? More people are going to question that opinion, but it's your opinion. It's your opinion. Some people like Manny Pacquiao because he's more entertaining. That doesn't mean, it's like what Mike Tyson said about Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather in that interview. Remember when he said Manny Pacquiao is more sensational than Floyd Mayweather? And then the guy goes, oh, so you think that? No. He said, listen. I never said that Manny Pacquiao was better. I said that Manny Pacquiao was more sensational than Floyd Mayweather. And that could be an accurate, understandable, accurate statement. It could be a highly credible statement. Just like Shakur Stevenson being a boring fighter is a credible statement, because even Shakur himself didn't apologize one time, but apologized twice because of the lack of entertainment that he puts forth in his fight. We've heard Shakur Stevenson apologize for his performance more than anybody else apologized for his performances, in which in all reality, he shouldn't apologize, but he apologized because he understood the sentiment of Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe, what he said has been, many people believe and have the same opinion of Shakur Stevenson like Shannon Sharpe. Anybody want to debate that? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Hey, yo, everybody subscribe to me on Kick as well. If you haven't subscribed to me on Kick, subscribe to me on Kick. Anybody. Y'all already know yesterday we did have Teofimo Lopez, Rolly Romero press conference. How y'all feel about the press conference yesterday with Rolly Romero and Teofimo Lopez going to be fighting August 22nd, T-Mobile Arenas? Hold on. Way I feel about this matchup, and shout out to Teofimo Lopez locking in a promotional deal with DAZN. Ladies and gentlemen, shout out to Teofimo Lopez, manager Keith Connolly, Mark, attorneys. Teofimo Lopez does a direct multi-fight partnership with DAZN, ladies and gentlemen. A multi-fight partnership, signed a promotional, his promotional company, Takeover Promotions, has signed to DAZN. So Teofimo Lopez has a direct contract with the network. He's not under a promotional company, but himself. What a powerful move by Teofimo Lopez. Shout out to Teofimo Lopez. That's what taking risks, not taking risks, but shout out. That's what betting on yourself look like. I think I think there's fighters in his position that could do the same thing. There's fighters out there that be like, I got my own promotional company. Why does Teofimo Lopez need a promotional company to facilitate a network deal? And this is why I like managers, and I said this a while ago. I say this all the time. Keith Connolly is the best manager in the sport of boxing. And I like the way that Keith Connolly empowers his clients. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people thought that Teofimo Lopez is going to be signing with Zuffa. He didn't sign with Zuffa. He actually signed himself. Y'all in here windmilling for this news. Right? Purple. Y'all in here windmilling for the snoozer. And I think, you know what it is, Purple? This is all because it's Shannon Sharpe. It's because it's Shannon Sharpe. These people are not arguing. A lot of people that's arguing is not arguing because of what he said. People just want to disagree with Shannon Sharpe because everybody was laughing with this. Everybody laughed with Cameron and Mace. And I did videos about it. I got to be on social media. I see the post of the fans. The post of the fans was laughing at this. When they put this shit out, this shit was one of the funniest moments of the year in sports. Plus, everybody was putting out when they was walking out on Shakur Stevenson. Fans was walking out on Shakur Stevenson. Now Shannon Sharpe says what everybody been saying, and Shannon Sharpe don't know shit about boxing. The fuck out of here. Get out of here. Shakur Stevenson been chilling with Clarissa Shields too lately. That's what it is. Shakur Stevenson been chilling with Shakur Stevenson way too much. You know, when you chill with certain people, sometimes you adopt their way. That's like if you go to another country and you start talking like them or whatever, if you stay there for a while. They're so emotional and combative with opinions. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, this, this. That's like when Shannon Shields says she could beat up men. And there's certain podcasters or interviewers that need to stay shut. They don't want to keep it real with her. And if they say, come on, you really could be, yeah, I can. I got more skills than Keith Thurman. I got more skills than Triple G. I could beat men. I be sparring men all the time. I beat men all the time. I beat men all the time. And then her friends come and try to, Clarissa, shit, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you could beat up men. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Hated it.
What up? Thanks for defending everyone's right to an opinion. Exactly. Like Purple, I even understand me as a content creator. I know I'm not I know I got people that don't like my style. I got haters and I got supporters. I got people that say, yo, Punch, you talk too fast. Yo, Punch, your delivery, like, why you always loud? Why you screaming? Why you this? There's some people that may like what I'm saying, but doesn't like the delivery. And there's other people that likes the delivery. There's other people that laugh at the joke. There's other people that hit me up and say, yo, why you said this about this one about this one? There's other people that understand jokes, right? There's people that could identify when somebody's being personal, and there's people that could identify when it's all jokes. You think that is, I think that is personal with Punch and really Shannon Shields. If Shannon Shields see me in person, well, she did see me in person a couple of times, but I'm just saying, if she could step up, can I have a conversation with you? No, not just a serious conversation. Let's have a conversation. And she tells me how she feels about my content and how I feel. Why do you feel about this and stuff like that? Because I'm not really that person that you portray, but I want to see what you, and we have a conversation. My whole, maybe not my whole perspective, but my perspective and energy may change if we had a conversation and say, you know what, maybe this is who I'm trying to portray on the limelight. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? You don't know. You don't know when you really have a conversation with a particular person and things of that nature, right? Give me a sec. Yo. Who's in the back? Who's it? All right, man. Thought somebody was going to jump on the panel and stuff like that. Nobody want to debate this. It looks like I might be, nobody want to debate it. Because I do see in the poll right now, on the poll, we have 59% believes that Sharpe agree with Sharpe, and 41% agrees with Shakur Stevenson. That's a lot, in my opinion. 41% is a lot. It's a fact that Shakur is indeed boring, not an opinion. I think that's more of a credible opinion, though. You know what I'm saying? It make more sense because a lot of people do feel like that, you know. But and this is what I mean about Shannon Sharpe never said nothing about, he didn't say that Shakur Stevenson is not great. He never said that he didn't say that he's not a champion. Shannon Sharpe never said that he was not a pound for pound champion. He never said anything. That's why I'm saying, why did he get so defensive over a opinion that a lot of people that he knows and he has apologized for? Why are people in the sport of boxing? Because I'm reading tweets and I'm seeing a couple of videos on Instagram, and people are trying to say that they agree with Shakur Stevenson. What do they disagree about Shannon Sharpe? That's what I want to know. What is the disagreement about? And again, if they, I'm gonna say it again, if they try to argue, well, there's somebody that said, yo, Shakur debated, man, he roasted Shannon Sharpe. How? Yo, I seen the interview, Shakur defense mechanism kicked in. Hey, yo, Walter Castillo said, yo, I seen the interview, Shakur defense mechanism kicked in. The moment he said he had a degree is the moment he was trying to degrade Shakur as a man. No. But why he said that? Because he first said that he was ignorant. That's what I mean. Yes, because now it went from a conversation and opinion, and then Shakur Stevenson got emotional about that opinion that he has heard throughout his whole professional career, and then he started diminishing the intelligence or the education about what Shannon Sharpe know about boxing. You don't know shit about boxing. Put it this way: every fighter could say that to every fan that doesn't lace up the gloves. If they don't know nothing about the sport, put it this way: if you know what's ignorant, if they don't know nothing about the sport of boxing, right? So why are you going to his show anyway? if they don't know that about the sport of boxing and you a boxer, you do nothing else. Just like Shakur Stevenson said during the interview, he said, I don't follow nothing. I'm not going trying to act like I know more basketball about somebody else or debating and blah, blah, blah. So if you don't respect that they don't know shit about, why are you talking about people that don't know shit about the sport of boxing? So don't talk to them. Don't do interviews with nobody, because there's certain fighters that believe that all these journalists, pundits, media folks, fans don't know shit about boxing. So why are you talking? Don't even have a social media. Don't even promote your fight, because who you promoting your fight to? Because at the end of the day, how Shakur Stevenson be talking? He talks to Shaki Foster and be like, hey, yo, I'm going to beat this dude up, man. I'm going to knock him out, whatever. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And then when you go into a fight, you play it safe. And you could play safe when you're risking getting inside the ring. We all know that. We all know that, bro. You could play it safe, right? Yes, and you still taking a risk stepping inside the ring. Anybody that steps inside the ring is taking a risk. But again, I'm going to say, people want to see you take risk within the risk. People see the opening and sometimes you don't take it. People see that you don't step on the gas when you should be stepping on the gas, because you already show throughout the rounds that you are levels above your opponent. Step on the gas. Give us an effort. Adjust to get him out of there, because other fighters do it. Other fighters do it. Huh? Like Boots Ennis do it. Virgil would do it. Fundura would do it. David Benavidez would do it. Naoya Inoue would do it. Naoya Inoue could be winning 9 rounds and he's still trying to knock the dude out in the 10th or the 11th round. He's still trying to knock out fucking Nakatani. How about you get back in the gym? How about this? You get in the gym and you do what you do and try to work on knocking people out, sitting and staying there in them punches and knock somebody out. Give somebody more of a bloody nose. Yeah, you gave Tio, he was cut up and stuff like that. But even like Andre Ward and Bud Crawford, they said, why you ain't go for it? Because they see that you got the skills to do so. You don't trust it. Because even in your apologies, you do not want to take the risks within the risk. That's why Shakur Stevenson says, give me a second. Give me a second. Well, this Shakur Stevenson, hold on, give me a second. He goes, I apologize. I didn't feel good tonight, but I did what I had to do. I promise better moving forward. When he was saying to be honest, I didn't. Let me see. Excuse me. Post-fight. To be honest, I didn't really like my performance. I felt I could have performed a lot better. But it was an awkward fighter. I tried to get him out of there a little bit, but I started getting hit with some solid shots. I ain't really like it. Boots Ennis was getting hit with some solid shots. It's boxing. You find a way. See, Shakur will pull back. Shakur will, all right, man, I don't want to, all right, and play it and play it safe within the risk. But you could also take risks within the risk. If you're really that fast, if you're really that guy, you go for it. Hey, let me tell you like this. Evander Holyfield took that risk with Mike Tyson. He got hit with a left hook to the body, with an uppercut and stuff like that, and came right back. We ain't gonna see nobody running like that. We ain't gonna see not Floyd Mayweather. People say that Floyd Mayweather was boring, but let me tell you like this: Floyd Mayweather would never pull what Shakur Stevenson did versus Eddie De Los Santos. We ain't never seen Floyd do that. Not even Paulie Malignaggi. We ain't gonna see Paulie Malignaggi do that versus Cotto. I mean, it's the history of the sport of boxing. It's so documented. We already seen what making adjustments look like. We know what offensively, defensively sound. Again, Roberto Duran was highly defensively sound. A lot of elites are defensively and also offensively sound, but they so great that they could still be in the fire. What this guy said? Okay, what is the most how you say it? One of the most interesting phrase: swim but don't get wet. When brother Nassim was talking about swim and not get wet, he's not talking about step inside the ring and the ring is the pool. What he was talking about? What he was talking about? Boxing heads. When he meant swim and don't get wet, did he mean step inside the ring but don't fight? Or what he was talking about, emphasizing fighting on the inside. Go be aggressive, but make sure you don't get hit with some crazy shots. Make sure you don't get hit with some crazy shot, but we need you to get aggressive right now. Go out there, swim, but don't get wet. Because in boxing, you're going to get hit. You're going to get hit. It ain't nobody, not even the best defensive. It's only one round that was it. Willie Pep didn't get hit. But guess what he did in the 5th round? There's a lot of people that in the history of the sport of boxing. Nah, man, you know what I'm saying? Willie Pep one time was a boxer that didn't get hit. He didn't get hit for a whole round, and he won that round. Or what was it? He didn't throw a punch. He didn't throw a punch the whole round and won that round. But what people don't like to say, what he did in that 5th round in that same fight, knocked the dude out, entertained it. Willie Pep was known for the best defense of his time, but he was entertaining at the same time. Prince Nassim. See, the thing is that Shakur has to stay within himself. He has to stay what is traditionally disciplined. See, Shakur can't take the risk. That's what he should be saying. I can't do what other fighters do. I'm not blessed like that. I can't have my hands down like a Gervonta Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? And take a couple shots from Leo Santa Cruz and then land the uppercut of the damn decade. See, he can't do that. See, the type of risk that Roy Jones Jr. could take, right? Some people be like, Roy Jones Jr. wasn't technically sound. Like, no, he was. To do what he did, he was highly technically sound, but he was gifted at the same time. The thing is, Roy Jones Jr. God-given abilities, got power, twitch muscle, speed, freakish speed, allows him to take the type of risk in putting his hands down, you know what I'm saying? Playing around with his opponent, doing things that we never see in a boxing ring. But he's technically sound. When it's time for him to get technical, he beats a James Toney, who was a technically sound fighter. But James Toney is not blessed like a Roy Jones Jr. He can't do what Roy Jones Jr. could do. When he tried to do what Roy Jones Jr. did, what happened to James Toney? When Shakur takes that little bit of a risk within the risk, and he gets hit with some shots, that's it. He don't want no part of it. Hey! No, there's other fighters that they just don't get hit with the same shot, but they still offensively, they still throwing punches, they still going at it. People get mad. He's saying people get mad because they going home. I'm going home without being scathed and stuff like that. What is a good thing? We get it. Shakur Stevenson is blessed to go back home without cuts and all that stuff. No brain. He said he don't go and get any brain scan or nothing like that. That's a blessed. That doesn't mean that you were entertaining. Good for you. We want all fighters to come out alive, really. We want all fighters to have all their faculties. Of course, but we still want to see a fight. And we see the character in a fighter that when he does go through adversity and come out of that and come out of that adversity and win a fight, is a character that we give him a lot of credit. That's one thing that we used to talk about back then in boxing was character, getting back up. Tito Trinidad used to get put down. He gets smacked by his father in the corner. And guess what? He goes out there and give you a left hook and knocks his opponent out. Nowadays, if a father says, "Where's the power, bro?" Yo, Teofimo should change his trainer, bro. Yo, heard what Teo's father said? He said, "Where's the power, bro? Why you ain't give him instructions, bro?" You know what I'm saying? No. What about when Tito Trinidad's dad used to smack the shit out of him? You remember that? Ain't nothing changed. What about when Tito Trinidad's dad used to smack the crap out of him? Back in the days, you ain't hear, "Yo, Tito Trinidad should change his trainer." They asked his father one time in Spanish, "Why you smack your son?" He said to wake him up, but even before he even gets in trouble, to understand he got to be alert at all time. Not other people going to have to, no, tell him the X's and O's. Hey, well, that's his dad. He knows his son more than anybody in the world. There's certain things that you don't have to explain. There's certain things that you don't have to explain. You understand. If you got a son, like I said in my other live, there's certain things you don't have to say in details. That's like comprehension as well. You don't have to read every line to understand the plot, to understand the story, really. There's people out there that, they could about to explain something to you, and while you explaining something, they will say something right before. They will finish your sentence, or they will, I understand because da 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 da. Oh, yeah. Like there's certain people that you don't have to explain everything, or you could miss word or something, use another word so you know what they meant. Shakur is one of the most boring boxers I ever knew. Vince, that's an opinion, right? You a paying customer as well. You have the right. You have the right to say, you know what, man, this fool wasn't all that. It's your opinion. Hey, yo, for the ladies, if you've been with multiple guys, right? You be like, yo, who did you better? Who effed you better? This one or that one? Huh? This guy is saying that he got a 14-inch. And this guy is saying, and this guy is got a 5.5, 6. And the girl says, no, that guy with the 5.5, but the 14. No, you're really not that dude. Oh my God, what his big dick? What about for men? We got multiple chicks. Que te dan la mamada. Huh? And you be like, nah. And she be blazing these other your friends and everybody else. And you be like, nah, man, I ain't like how she did it, bro. I like how this other chick. Yo, you ain't like how she did it, yo. She made me come, yo, for real, yo. She made me come in less than fucking a minute, bro. Nah, man, I ain't even came with shorty. She all right. Nah, you crazy, bro. Nah. Hey, it's preference. It's preference. You know what I'm saying? It's preference. You like Wendy's? I like Wendy's. You may like McDonald's. Same burger. Burger is a burger. You like thickness? You like thickness? And Clay in the building.
Punch! I seen the link. I'm like, I don't never see the link in this nigga shit, bro. I'm hitting the link, man. I don't never see the link. What's good, family?
What's good, bro? What's good?
Chilling, man. Hey, man. I got a question to ask you, bro.
Talk to me.
Yo, is the zone plotting? What are they doing, bro? What you know what I'm and let me elaborate. Let me go elaborate. They signing fighters, bro?
Hey, I mean, I think that's a great idea. I think that's going to be the beginning. I think that's going to be the
Is there a little conflict of interest there? Should Golden Boy be worried? Should PBC be worried? Are they picking up the big boys? Are they, you know what I'm saying? Pause. Should they be worried? Those promotional companies over there, is that not a little conflict of interest?
I think it is, but it has to move forward. It has to go that way because in all reality, Netflix, the Zone, they're not buying into the sport. Well, I'm not gonna say the Zone. The Zone is still within the sport of boxing, but we're living in a content-driven world. They buying content. The promotional company are no longer promoting the fighters; they're promoting the event. It's not like back in the days where they got Miguel Cotto. You go in the highway, you see Cotto in the grocery stores with posters and stuff, Newport, all that. They don't promote fighters anymore. They promote an event. So why would I have to promote? Why would I have to sign with a promotional company? See, that's how Al Heyman came through. These guys are really free agents. Nobody really signed PBC deals. You know what I'm saying? PBC is a show. As much as people want to be like, I know PBC is a show.
Right.
They're not a promotional company. That's why they got TGB. TGB is the company. They need TGB to sanction these fights and things of that nature, right? Just like these. Look at these celebrity exhibitions.
Right. With Ray J and all them dudes and them guys. Yeah.
They don't need a Carissa Shields Salida, but they do need Salida to sanction the fight.
Right.
Within that particular state. They need Salida, but they don't really need it, but they need the license. They need the promoter to secure that event for them.
So the Zone, okay. The way I'm seeing, as soon as I seen this deal with T.O., my spider senses tingled immediately. I immediately said, I was like, what the hell is that? Because I immediately started to think about what's David Benavidez going to do when it's time to renew his contract with the PBC. What is, Xander obviously renewed his contract with Top Rank, but even like Boots and all those guys, right? Like that's just an extra hand in the pot, right? If I don't need the promotional company, I can go directly to the Zone, who by the way, on the back end of that, with this deal with TNT. It looks like the Zone is trying to go head up with Zuffa, right? Like Dana's not looking at Oscar and Al, and he's looking at the owner of the Zone, right? Like that's probably how he's seen it more like, oh, they're doing their things with their TV deal on TNT. We're doing our thing with Paramount. Here comes the clash, but it almost feels like Walmart's about to enter boxing, where all the mom and pop shops are about to get shut down and all the big corporations are about to get big, sign up all the talent, and there's going to be less of these smaller promotional companies that are really going to be as impactful as they want to be in the space. But you let me know.
But that's what I'm saying. Again, the promotional company, remember, is a business. The promotional company, the commission. So everything you're not going to get rid of the promotional company, but what these guys are becoming their own promoters, right? Take over promotions. Devin Haney could do the same thing right now if he wanted to.
Right. 1099 type stuff, right? Like they're all going to push that. But what does that leave Oscar and Oscar De La Hoya? What does that leave somebody with a business model like that? Who's, you know what I'm saying? What does that leave them?
Because right now that only works with established names right now. See, T.O. could do it. Devin, if you wanted, could do it. Tank could do it. Like you say, David Benavidez could do it. I said they're already a commodity. They already could sell. They got their fan base. They could sell. But you still need those promotional companies to develop these fighters to become a T.O. or a David Benavidez.
But their money is going to get hit, ain't they? Ain't that they're big stars where they can get those money like Virgil? Like that means that these small mom and pop shops can't do the big pay-per-views no more. They're not going to have the big shows no more, right?
If they're in my opinion, they're ahead of the curve. If they're ahead of the curve in terms of the content world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Remember, they buying content. They're not buying Netflix is buying content. Jake Paul, he's actually setting the tone. People need to emulate his business model. What he has. He don't got a network. Now the network deal with MVP and ESPN with the ladies, but before that, he's going to Netflix, The Zone, ESPN, Showtime. He got his promotional company, and they're gonna do the film, the whatever, blah blah, or they could get in cahoots with the Netflix and the video and then all that stuff and the cameras, and they all in business. Right. So I just think, in my opinion, the risk is going to be taken, and I think it's heading that way. Well, remember, Oscar De La Hoya Golden Boy promotion, he started it. You know what I'm saying? And then PBC came. Now PBC, Al Heyman was trying to take away the middleman. Right. So it's going now. T.O. is gonna be that. You're gonna see, you got T.O. and if you could do it with T.O. If I told this to Bill Haney a long time ago, I said, yo, Bill, if you got DHP, you're already doing shows. They had a show in the back in the days in Atlanta, a little. Remember that time? I forgot the fighter where they wanted to pay the fighter, and Devin Haney had to come through. He said something that I forgot the details of it, but if you could do little shows, then elevate that.
Right now, you got this own platform to put on other fighters. I mean, yeah. I thought it was interesting, but I figured you'd have a little bit hands-on, like, you know what I'm saying, idea, because I know you got the relationship with T.O. So I'm like, you know what I mean? That's crazy, man. I'm happy for T.O. though, man. You know what I'm saying? He clearly getting some money. He found a way to do it. I thought he was going to end up at Zuffa. I swear I did. And I think he did too for a minute, right until the Zone came. He probably thought he was heading to Zuffa too, right?
I mean, that was on the table. That was on the table, of course. But this is a more, and I think this is a better move anyway. Look, he still got to fight. He still got to fight with Rolly. So it is a better move. Now think about that 20%, 20 to 25% promotional company fee would have gone to a promotional company. Yeah,
Top Rank or some other company. And plus, he gets to operate in that traditional space still. He gets to still pursue championships, unifications, and all those things that I know he loves that shit. So, and
then you get revenue. Then you're an association promoter. You get revenue of endorsements of the show. You get revenue of the streaming, the number of stream, because now you're an association promoter of the show. You know what I'm saying? I don't know now the details of the particular contract with him, Rolly, and everybody else, and how money is facilitated by being a promoter within that type of show. You're also getting money as a promoter.
No doubt.
That's why a guy like a Devin Haney, who's a promoter, like if you look at is Matchroom Boxing, DHP Promotions. So they getting a check not only as the fighter that's fighting,
they getting the promoter check too.
They get a promoter check as well.
Yeah, Blue was telling me that's how they were coming up like that, getting all that money. Nah, it's good, man. It's good. How you feel about this fight though with Rolly and T.O., man? What do you think about it? How you feel about it?
I got T.O. all the way. I mean, to be honest, I think the only way that he could make this fight very difficult or even lose this fight for me is mental. For me, whatever, I think T.O.'s downfalls in particular fights has been losing the fight before getting inside the ring.
Yes.
And some people are going to be, that's an excuse or whatever. And it's like the gift and the curse. It's like if you know a fighter, right, and you actually see them throughout the camps and leading up to the fight, you may have an opinion, but you actually seeing it. The millions ain't seeing what I'm seeing.
Right.
So that's an excuse. I think that Teofimo Lopez lost that fight before stepping inside that ring.
Yeah, you definitely. I mean, that's what I was saying to the whole build up to the Shakur fight. I was telling everybody, and people was just like trying to, oh, you hating? I'm not hating. I'm just being honest, right? Like he don't look right. Okay, in the press conference, I don't like the way he looks. I don't like the way his father's carrying it. And like I told everybody, I said when it gets complicated, and I think Shakur's going to get complicated, does he have the home team to go to? Does he have the guy who's going to get him out of it? You know what I mean? Like, okay, this is how we got to move. No. And that's where the difference is going to be made. And that's what happened in that fight. He brought somebody else in as well, right? Shout out to Senior. No, I mean, no problems with Senior, but he brought somebody else in as well, right? I know Senior was on the stage, right?
Stacy.
Yes. Right. So
when people be like, "Oh, the corner," Stacy is a credible trainer for over 30 years. He trained Mike Tyson in a couple fights.
Was he there for the Shakur fight though?
Yeah.
Oh, he was.
Yeah. They trained in his.
Why
gym.
Was T.O.
The camp was in his
going
gym.
at him like that?
The camp
was there some sort of like a a moderator, or, you know what I mean, like a mediator type of energy going on when Senior was like, "Where's your power?" and doing all that shit. Where was?
See, but that's what in my opinion, that's what I mean. That's my opinion. Some people could be like biased because of the TO and stuff like that. For me, I've been with them leading to a lot of fight. TO Senior's been the same way, even with the Nakatani fight, with the Loma fight, with the Josh Taylor fight. He ain't never changed who he was. But now when they catch him, that's like when you remember he told Nakatani, go already and beat that nigga up already. Right. And remember, but everybody turned into the N-word. Oh, he said the N-word. Right. I was calling he's Japanese. Why everybody not racist? But he's the same. He's the same. Right. And I said that people cannot overly criticize the way a father communicates with his son. Remember, it's a father, it's just not just a trainer. There's certain things that you as a father you don't have to over explain. Your son already understands you. Remember, he's you. You know your son probably just as much that he knows himself. You know, just like if you talking to your son could tell you could be like you could tell when your son is lying. And then you decide whether to press the gas or be like, let him live with this lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just don't.
But I don't know. I guess you're right about that. As far as that relationship, there's no. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like that relationship, that what is it? What's understood doesn't need to be said type of energy, right?
Before you got on, I said I was talking about Tito Trinidad Senior. He used to smack his son up in the corner.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Back in the days, there was no problem with that. But today, now we a fan base that like, oh, you don't know how to train. Oh, look, he said, where's the power? But what about when this dude was smacking his son up?
But it just felt like T.O. needed an adjustment, and he wasn't getting an adjustment. He wasn't getting the instructions he needed to deal with a hard math problem that he had in front of him, right? Where the athleticism wasn't going to be enough. He needed an answer to a problem he couldn't figure out on his own. And it felt like he was on his own. It felt like the best that he was getting from that corner wasn't enough for him to make the adjuststance in that fight. And I don't know. The voice was missing, it seemed.
I say this. I've worked the corner, let's say with Henry Cedinho Martinez. The instructions doesn't start when it's in between the rounds. You instructing the fighter throughout the whole fight. So the
fans, screaming at him. Right.
Exactly. This, slip the jab. Watch out for this. Yo, he's tired. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, yo, stay off the ropes. Whatever. Blah, blah. Pivot. People watching it at home think that the instruction starts when is ding. We going in between the first and second round, and he giving the instruction. That's what the fans see. The coach is coaching and training throughout the whole fight. So, for example, like Stacy, you think that Stacy's in the cut just like this? Stacy was saying the same thing within those rounds, the same thing that T.O. Senior was saying, but not saying that he was saying, where's the power? But he's giving the same instruction in which there was 8 weeks, 8 to 7 weeks in a camp. You know the language. We know what to expect. We see this, we see that. And I think the fans don't see that. They're not privy to that. They're not watching the whole thing. They're not in the corner throughout the fight, within those rounds while they're getting the instructions. Both sides is giving the instructions. Ain't no trainer just staying still, watching everything, and then wait to say something when the bell rings and they're coming back to the corner.
Right.
That's not how trainers train.
Yeah. I mean, I just hope in this next one he figures it out. I mean, T.O. is a weirdo to me. I think sometimes he goes into places he don't need to. But inside the ring, he's always been a high-level fighter, and I just feel like, it's going up. He's at 147 now. I think Rolly's looked good against Ryan, even though Ryan looked not Ryan. You know what I'm saying, in that fight, but still Rolly looks like he's improving. He seems a lot more patient, a lot less, likely to just jump into shit. So T.O.'s going to have to, put his game face on and deal with that. And he's a big puncher, obviously. We don't got to play that game. And I haven't seen the power really translate for T.O. at 140, so I want to see how that looks at 147 for him. see if he has maybe a Devin Haney moment. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, yo, that's what he needed. Maybe the 147 to do him justice. How do you feel about him at 147? As far as, do you think he's a small 147 pounder, or do you feel like he's going to fill out pretty good up there?
I think Tio is a small 140 pounder.
Yeah.
So let alone a 147 pounder, I think he'll be the smallest 147. Just like if you look at it, he was the smaller 140 pounder. You know what I'm saying? Gary Antoine Russell was bigger. You know what I'm saying? Who else? Matias was bigger than them. Everybody's really bigger than Tio. The two smallest, Shakur is small, but even Shakur, he looked a little bit bigger than Teofimo Lopez in their fight.
He did.
You know, he's taller than Tio too. So, I don't know how it's going to transition. I think he's going to have to really depend on his skills in this fight and this fight moving forward. I think he does. I think he's more. I think he's more naturally more gifted than all of them, and I'm talking about that core, gifted than all of them, in my opinion. But does he execute? Does he execute at the same time? Not quite like all the time, like the other ones and stuff like that. But I got him beating Rolly Romero. I'll be surprised if Rolly Romero beats him.
Yeah, I'm picking him to win too as well. I actually picked him to really wash him, but I ain't gonna lie. Yesterday's press conference, I'm like, damn, I forgot Ishmael Salas. I forgot he's working with him. So I like that. I like that energy over there. I'm wondering if that's going to change anything in the fight.
What's your opinion about the Shakur Stevenson and Shannon Sharpe debate?
I feel like it was hilarious, straight up. But Shannon, what you expect, bro? You sitting here telling this man why? I mean, say what you gotta say, but why are you so shocked at Shakur being defensive? What are you expecting from him outside of just, why wouldn't you expect Shakur to push back and be like, bro, whatever he's gonna say? Why couldn't have Shannon have just landed and be like, hey, bro, I'm not expecting you to think nothing different. It is what it is. Why'd you want him to accept that from you so much? Why was that such a big deal for you? I think Shannon got in his feelings, and I think honestly, when they all got said and done, I think Shakur ended up cooking him for it. I think he got cooked just because he couldn't take Shakur being prideful about his shit.
I think the opposite. So this
you
is good.
Think Shakur got prideful?
Huh?
So you think Shakur got emotional?
I think for me, in my opinion, the way I was listening was more of a tantrum more than even a debate.
From both guys or from Shakur?
From Shakur.
Okay.
Because look, in any subject, if we're talking about something, right? And then all of a sudden you say, man, you don't know shit about boxing. That's it. That right there. Now I am dissing your intellect. Yeah. How educated you are about the sport. I never said anything about that. You can't throw a jab, that you can't slip one, that you're not one of the best fighters, that you're not a pound for pound fighter, that you know what I'm saying, that you don't got good footwork, you don't got no defense. Shannon Sharpe never said anything about that. Your entertainment, your fighting style is not entertaining to me. That's not a debate. See, you're in your feelings because you just don't entertain me quite like Tank entertains me. But I never said that you was a shitty fighter. I never devalue who you are as a fighter and your accomplishment. So by you saying, oh, I don't know nothing about the sport of boxing. I don't know nothing about the sport of boxing because you're not entertaining to me, because you don't quench my thirst. Your style don't quench my thirst. I don't think, and that's why I feel like that's a tantrum. Oh, you don't know shit about, you're arrogant. And he keeps arrogant because you're not entertaining to me. Come on, look, we're both boxing content creators.
100%.
I could be loud. I get, Punch, you talk too fast. You talk too fast for me. There's other people that like the energy. Some people that be like, hey, stop with the switching with the Spanish and English and stuff like that. I could get criticized. I mean, and I got my support as well. So if somebody, I'm gonna be like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm the man. I'm the best boxing content creator. I know it all, stuff like that. You don't know shit about, what we know. People like that.
But don't you think it depends on who's doing that though? Like I'm saying, like that's Shannon Sharpe trying to cook me. You know what I'm saying? He got a big show, big platform. You cooking me, bro. So it's like,
he ain't cooking them. That's what I'm saying. For me, that wasn't a cook.
You feel that way. If you're processing, my thing is, at what point, as Shannon Sharpe being the OG, right? At what point do you just, this boy, why was this? Because at some point Shannon got in his feelings too, obviously, when he started talking about the ignorance and that you just ignorant and you just don't know. Basically, Shakur was basically saying to him, you don't know what you're looking at to be entertained. You don't understand you know, what I do to be entertained by me. You know what I mean? All fights ain't the same. But I understood Shannon's, and I thought Shannon was like, he's allowed to have his opinion. And I understand what he meant too. Now, it wasn't like Shannon was, I don't think Shannon sounded stupid, but I think Shannon, to expect something different from Shakur Stevenson, to a degree, it's like you're not doing your research. This is a guy who got into it with Cameron, who's notorious to get into it with people on Twitter. What did you think was going to happen when you did that? What was going to come out of that?
But why with Cameron? That's why I posted a picture with Cameron.
Yeah.
Right? What did they did? They put a picture of him, Mace, Stats falling asleep in his fight.
Right.
This is the same guy that has apologized twice, not once, for his lack of entertainment, and have promised that he wouldn't entertain like that again. Shakur, you know that criticism has been with you throughout your whole professional career. So why are you going to say these guys don't know about the sport of boxing? No, it's not that they don't know. It's that your style doesn't quench their thirst. It's not, and he kept on saying it's not entertaining to me. That's it.
No, so like I said, I think it's fair. I think it's fair play what Shannon said. But I was like, that thing went, I think even Ocho was like, damn, dog. It's like, yo, bro, he ain't his, what are you doing at this point? Like, why are you trying to?
To be honest, I expected Ocho to be the Shannon Sharpe of that show.
Really? Ocho, come on, man. Yeah, but yeah.
Knowing their personality coming up, like from the Ocho Cinco playing and his antics and the way that he was promoting himself, I would have thought that Ocho.
But Ocho is playing. He plays. Shannon don't play.
But that's what but I'm thinking that I think
like if Ocho would have came at him like that, he would have took it better. I think Shakur would have took it better because he know Ocho that's what Ocho do. I think he knew Shannon was dead serious. I think Shannon be on that. Shannon's dead serious, bro. So it's like, I don't know.
When it comes to boxers, he was playing. When it comes to boxers, Ocho Cinco, because he be training and stuff like that, he has a little soft spot. But you're not gonna get anywhere as well. I don't think with anybody also when you're trying to belittle their education because they didn't play the sport. You don't know what you're talking about, so you never step inside the ring. You don't know what you're talking about because you never lace them up. And every time somebody deems somebody boring, that's the first shit that pops out of somebody's mouth in boxing. Oh, because you're boring. You don't know nothing about this is the sweet science. No, you only say the sweet science because it's boring. The sweet science was never meant to be boring. Then boxing would have never reached to where it's reached around the world. Right. The sweet science was never boring. The sweet science was fun to watch. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to redefine.
You don't like watching Shakur? You don't like watching him fight?
No. Me, see that. My opinion, I like Shakur.
Right.
But I understand when a fan. But I understand why people may say, "Damn, that Eddie De Los Santos fight was boring. Damn, that Nakatilia fight was boring."
No, that De Los Santos fight was boring. That shit was boring.
Damn, like, yo, the thing with I think with Shakur Stevenson, in my opinion, that I don't think that he wants to acknowledge is that Shakur, you have shown versus your opponents that you're levels above them. You already packed in enough rounds, and you have shown everybody that's watching that you're levels above it. And you don't say, you know what? Nah, let me take them out. This should have been easy. Let's go home. I'm putting overtime. People don't like that. That's why people walked out on him in Newark in his hometown. Yeah, are you going to keep on with the same thing? Like, he's not even in your level no more, bro. You hit him with all the jabs. You hit him with everything. Why you think that Andre, even with the Teofimo Lopez fight, why did Andre Ward and Terence Crawford felt that you went step on the guy? You should have got him out of there. Mm-hmm. Because they already see that, bro, that's it. What else? You want to do this for how long? That's it. Take him out. Send a statement. We see the skill set of Shakur Stevenson, and we see that he don't want to take risk within the risk.
Yeah, Devin. Yeah.
And I think that people held on to when Shannon Sharpe said, "Well, you don't put yourself in harm's way." And that,
like, I knew what he meant by that, but yeah,
that opened the door for Shakur Stevenson. But I knew what he meant. That opened the door for sure. What you mean? I can step inside the ring? There's a risk. Yeah, we understand there's a risk for every fighter that's stepping inside the ring. But just like I was trying to say about Jerome Boots Ennis versus Andy Zayas, Jerome Boots Ennis, when he got hurt in that third round, he could have easily tried to clinch. He could have easily tried to run. He could have easily. No, what he did.
Yeah, he started letting his shots go, man, turning and boxing and putting his hands on him. Jerron the truth, bro, by the way. Jerron the truth, bro.
Of course. But tell me, if Jerome Boots Ennis wanted to pitch a performance like a Shakur Stevenson. Easily. And that's what I mean.
I'll say yeah, but no at the same time, because I feel like when we talk about that 70 to 80% mental, 30 to 20% physical aspect of the game, I think Jerron Ennis would drive himself crazy trying to fight like Shakur. I think it would be harder for him. You know what I mean? I think he would literally lose his shit, like trying to not do what he loves to do. So there's a difficulty, and I appreciate what Shakur's saying that there's a lot of people who wish they could be like me. A lot of your favorite fighters wish they can operate the way I do, hit and not get hit, because it's not easy. That's a skill set that he really has that not anybody could just do it. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes a certain mental composure and poise, you know, a certain stoicism about how you carry yourself to be able to commit to doing that for 12 rounds and get up out of there and then deal with the boos and deal with all the detractors and all that comes with it. I don't think Jerron is built to do something like that. But that being said, though, not to segue out of it, you brought up Jerron. We see what just happened with the zone right now, as far as the PBC, right, acquisition. And Sebastian Fundora seems, all of us, you know, obviously, people see Boots get hit in the third round, looks like he gets hurt, all of a sudden, everybody wants to fight. It's hilarious to me, right? Virgil's saying he wants it. Fundora says he wants it. How do you feel about what you saw in the third round from Boots, and how does that translate with a more aggressive puncher, inside fighter like a Sebastian Fundora who can operate on the inside, or even a Virgil Ortiz who's delivering that right hand? That's what he does. How do you feel about that? Is that a big deal to you?
I think the big deal in my opinion is that now you know that you're gonna have to kill Boots to get him out of there. Well, that third round, which I notice is his character. Y'all know his skill set, but now y'all know he a dog. He could dog a fighter out when he's all working, and when he got momentum, he's working good. But he's also a dog when he's trying to overcome adversity. So right there is telling you like, yo, okay, you get hit with a big shot, but that's not the end of Boots. He got something coming. So he's already shown, in my opinion, if I was a fighter and I'm preparing for Boots, and I'm like, even if I hit him with a good shot, he's coming right back at me. I still gotta be highly alert, because this dude is not going to try to clinch me. He's going to try to fight me now. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take him to a whole nother level, right? And that's what he got into, a whole nother level. Somebody needed to do that with Boots, and then, oh shit, this is how Boots is, and he could still slip four or five punch combination while he's hurt at the same time, and connect the body shot on me when he's hurt. So that
they didn't look at it that way though, Punch. They got excited and they want to fight him now. So they didn't acknowledge the dog. They're feeling like weakness. They're feeling like holes. They're feeling like, if I'm in this situation, that he ain't gonna be able to show that dog against me, that he got hurt by a guy who's not known to be a puncher, a guy who moves around and, you know what I'm saying, was out of his element, a guy who fought a fight that nobody expected him to fight. So how's he gonna deal with me, a guy who really fight like that, who's really like that, who comes in with those intentions?
No, because I think
I'm just saying for them, right? Is that real from your point of view? Is that a fair, real assessment for them, or are they making a mistake, looking past something that they shouldn't be looking at?
No, I think that brings confidence enough when you're watching film that, okay, this is how I could land some shots. I have film now of where I could capitalize. So the confidence coming into the vulnerabilities of Jerome Boots Ennis. Oh shit, okay, he got knocked down. Oh, how he got him knocked? Okay, now I'm gonna go after that. You know what I'm saying? He's weak in this point. Unless if he doesn't fix it, you know, that's the beauty about boxing. As much as you could watch film and say, oh, this is how Xander Zayas got him, what do you think Boots Ennis is gonna do?
Fix it, hopefully.
Fix it. And you know what I'm saying? So while you're trying to educate yourself on his vulnerability, how to get him into that position himself, Jerome Boots Ennis and his dad says, oh, like I remember I spoke to Bozy after the Karen fight, the first fight in outside of the hotel, and he's like, man, I love that fight. Man, it makes me go to the gym tomorrow morning and work on it. I needed that. He needs that as a fighter, but I needed that as a coach as well. So certain people thrive to see their fighters go through adversity and overcome the adversity, because it teaches them more about, you know, we know something about Boots that we never knew before.
Yeah, I agree. I think that was one of the best things that what I loved about There was two things I loved about that fight. Number one, I love that Xander hurt him. I know people, and I'm a Boots fan, right? But I needed Boots. I thought that was the fighter for that to happen to him with Xander, right? Like, I needed him to have that experience because he kept dismissing it at 147. He kept, and I think it was because the power down there just wasn't hurting him, didn't put him in. He's a kind of dude who needs the light bulb to pop. You know what I'm saying? If it doesn't, he had to see it for himself. And being that Xander did it to him, I was appreciative of that because now he took it serious enough to where he did respond to it accordingly in the post-fight press conference, right? Where he was like, yeah, that laziness, I'm going to work on that. Shout out to Mill and them. I mean, he acknowledged it. And I'm like, oh, good. He didn't have to go through that with a Virgil or Charles Conwell or Sebastian Fundora. He didn't have to go through something to where maybe he didn't weather that storm as well as he did against Xander Zayas. So now I think Boots becomes bulletproof almost because that was what it was. That was the one spot where I was nervous, and I feel like he's going to fix it. I'm looking forward to see the adjustments in his next fight.
The 154-pound division has been my favorite division for a long time. And I told people, everybody showing their vulnerabilities at 154. Everybody. Ain't nobody going to 154. And no cakewalk for nobody. It wasn't a cakewalk for Canelo. Wasn't a cakewalk for Demetrius Andre. Wasn't a cakewalk for Jamel Charlo. Wasn't a cakewalk for Fundura. He lost to Brian Mendoza. It wasn't a cakewalk for Virgil Ortiz. People feel like he lost versus Barat with
Bochuk, right?
Boachuk. It wasn't a cakewalk for Josh Kelly. It wasn't a cakewalk. I mean, Boots did go 7 rounds.
Terrence Crawford, it wasn't a cakewalk with Madrimov, right?
I always say the same thing.
Did you say that already?
I know I said it. I always, when I talk about Bud Crawford, I'll be like, hey, yo, I want him at 154 because that's when we see Bud Crawford vulnerable. He looked ordinary. The only time that Bud Crawford looked ordinary was at 154 versus a Madrimov. You know what I'm saying? So I could see people licking their chops, but it's a 50-50. It's a 50-50. Is it because we seen Fundura also? We see them all on their vulnerable vulnerable. They all been vulnerable. Nobody looks as like special, untouchable. Nobody at 154 look untouchable. Nobody. Right.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see the adjustments, man. I'm looking forward to his next fight. By the way, so Fundora or Josh Kelly, in your opinion? Because I know you're a Josh Kelly fan too. I know you like what Josh Kelly brings to the table. So what do you think? You want him to go to Fundora route, or do you want to see him blend Josh Kelly? Because I think he's definitely going to blend him up. I think he's going to put him in the blender, bro. I ain't going to lie, bro. But, I mean, you might see it differently.
See, that's what it is. Tough.
I know. I know you like Josh.
Like, I think that a fight with I think that even Josh Kelly and Boots will be more competitive than what people think. I think Josh Kelly, Virgil will be competitive. I think, damn, but Fundura's an enigma. That's what it is. And I think that Fundura I think he got better in identifying range and not
code, bro.
But he still fights to the level of to the height of his competition. He still fights there. He's comfortable. He's not going to change. Well, how old is he? 28, 29? He ain't going to change that. And I think that's why he will get clipped by Virgil. He will get clipped by Boots. Does Josh Kelly has the type of power, and but he could put him on the blender as well. It's tough. It's tough. I think it's a 50-50 fight.
Kelly will probably give the fight that I pictured Xander trying to do. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see Xander coming out and fighting him that way. Kelly will probably try to give him that fight as well, but I think it's over as far as I think Boots is just better now. It's too late. He's closing up. I think he got a humility in that Xander fight. And even though he beat the shit out of him for 6.5 rounds, those 30 to 90 seconds humbled my guy Boots, bro. It humbled him without a doubt. He felt some kind of way, like you could see it.
What people were saying about Bakram before Josh Kelly.
But Bakram didn't have the activity.
No, I'm saying, but people didn't want to get, but people didn't want to see.
Right, he was the boogeyman. He was a boogeyman.
Nobody said people didn't want to.
You don't think Bakram beats him the next time they fight each other? They fight each other again?
Nah.
No.
Nah. because I always said he only had a left hook. But I'm just saying how the boxing people saw Bakram was. See, Virgil wouldn't fight Bakram. Yo, Fundura ain't trying to fight Bakram. But when Josh Kelly beat Bakram, everybody now quiet. Nah, give that same respect now that the boogeyman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Why they don't say the boogeyman is Josh Kelly? Why is Fundura only saying, "Oh, I'll fight Boots and I'll fight Virgil," and Boots is saying, "I'll fight Virgil"? Time out, Boots. You was ready to fight. You was ready to fight Josh Kelly before he fought Bakram.
Right.
Now he got an owner in the UK, a stadium waiting. He beat Bakram, and none of these guys are calling out Josh Kelly.
You really think that much of Josh Kelly, bro? I've seen you talk about him. I know you.
Look, and I did a video. I lined who I lined them up with. What fight that I said a long time ago was going to be the biggest fight? I said Josh Kelly versus Boots. I said that 7 years ago. I did a video about it, and look where we at right now. I think that his loss versus Avanesian really shot a lot of people. A lot of people still haven't overcome that loss for him. But with the Bakram fight, people now want to stay shut. But again, it's like people don't see him as a knockout artist, so they don't see the power. They don't see that.
Right.
But when it comes to technique, the best technical fighters, in my opinion, right now at 154 in the top, it is Boots and it is Josh Kelly. Technical fighters. You know what I'm saying? The footwork, combination punches.
I like
what I'm saying? Virgil also is technically sound, but he don't got as that footwork like a Josh Kelly. But you know what I'm saying? I think everybody's defense is really on the same level. You know,
I like it. I ain't gonna lie, man. Punch, man. It's great building with you, bro. I'm glad you put the link up, man. Salute, man. Man, it's good building with you, bro. Salute, you know your shit, man. I always tell people that shit, bro. I'm like, bro. You know what I mean? Before I even got the balls to open up a channel, you. And I'm always been a showbiz fan, bro. I just don't give a fuck. That dude is so damn innocent. I don't give a fuck. I don't agree with some of the shit he says, but he is the best. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody agrees with everybody. That's the beauty about it.
Yeah. But I know people like to jump on the Daco hat. I hear what the detractors say, but I don't give a fuck. Y'all, that motherfucker is the GOAT.
They jealous. Right? People jealous. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If people jealous of it, if everybody got their own lane, they got their way to entertain.
You know what it is? They don't like that he be laughing so much. I know what it is. I know when people be hating it, when somebody's so happy, people be mad. They be mad. I get it. Because if you're not in the right mood, I've been in a situation. I'm not above it. I've been in a situation where I'm in a room and somebody just too happy for me. And I'm like, what the fuck is so good over there that you got to be laughing the way you laughing? We have our moments, you know what I'm saying? But there's some people, you know how our community is wired to be toxic and crapping around mentalities.
Show business pound for pound number one.
Facts, bro. His delivery, his enthusiasm, all the little extra things. Even when he came out with the puppets and when he did the old man, he adds those extra little elements and layers. He puts that extra effort forward to just make the show what his name is. Entertaining, bro. You gotta love that, bro.
The GOAT. That's what I call him. Showbiz the GOAT. Everybody wanna. I know showbiz, man. He's that dude, bro.
Yeah, man. I fuck with him, man. My guy. Salute, man. I'm gonna look inside. I'm hungry. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Appreciate you. Peace.
Appreciate you, man. Shout out to Clay. You know, feel me? At least, you know what I'm saying? He got Shakur on this one. He sided with Shakur on this one. I really think that Shakur was emotional on this one. I think he caught a tantrum, in my opinion. I think he caught a tantrum because he understands what other people have been saying about him. This ain't new, you know? And I think that, and it's true. Who said it online? Somebody said it on Twitter, like, you know, that was more, for me, that was more disrespectful on Shannon, because first, Shannon's inviting you to his show. Shannon got one of the best podcasts, sports podcasts right now. You know what I'm saying? He don't have to get you on his show and you trying to like devalue. Oh, you don't know shit about boxing. Every time somebody call me boring, they don't know shit about boxing. Shut the F up, bro. Shut up. I'm tired when people say that. You don't know shit about boxing. You don't know what you watching, man. Yo, You don't got to know the details to be entertained. A lot of people don't know how to do a moonwalk, but they know that shit is entertaining when Michael Jackson did it. A lot of people don't know how to dance, or they can't even put a 2 steps, like a Chris Brown. But we know that Chris Brown could dance, right? Right? So now, but in boxing, you gotta fight to understand what you're talking about. But yeah, man. You know what fight do I do like that could come to fruition? The potential of Shakur Foster versus Navarrete. I like that fight. And guess what, guys? If y'all haven't known, Shakur Foster's on my pound for pound list. I think I got him number 10. I'm going to showcase my new pound for pound list, but Shakur Foster's on my pound for pound list. I think he got the most underrated resume in the sport of boxing. One of the most underrated resume in the sport of boxing on Shakur Foster. If you get Navarrete and beats Navarrete too, hey, yo, I'm thinking about putting on Shakur Foster, maybe top 5. Yeah, I said it, damn it. Yeah. I'm going to say it like this. Usyk, one of my favorite fighters, did take a big hit performing the way that he performed versus a kickboxer. You know what I'm saying? And that move Ino Uwe into my 1 slot right there. Like no debate, no argument. That Usyk performance versus Rocky, or what was his name? I don't even know, the kickboxer. Nah, man. He lost that number 1 and number 2 spot. Top 5, I'm putting in my new pound for pound list is about entertaining. Who could sustain the sport of boxing, captivate the imagination and the emotions of the boxing fan? My pound for pound list is going to is performance primarily. Before it was your accomplishment, you stayed there because of the accomplishment. The accomplishment is not going to be enough. The accomplishment is not going to be enough because anybody could just be any champion, but the champion was incredible. There's just a political move while they got there. You know what I'm saying? It's like I like how and T.O. Senior actually said this, and it is true. Look at how T.O. is becoming a champion. T.O. didn't get no vacant titles. T.O. beat Loma. First way, T.O. beat Richardson Hitchens. Then T.O. beat Loma. Then T.O. beat Josh Taylor. And now T.O. is fighting champions, credible champions that got momentum. Well, the Josh Taylor, a lot of people feel like it was, but he still won that fight. He still was really undisputed. That Lomachenko fight was supposed to be undisputed. The Richard Comey fight was Richard Comey had good momentum. Rolly Romero just beat Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia beat Mario Barrios. So if T.O. beats Rolly, look at all the best wins. The best wins will be Rolly, Loma, Josh Taylor. But then look when he beat them too. Who were they when he beat them? There's a lot of fighters that get some vacant titles to start everything up. Boots, right? Got elevated. Devin, elevated. Shakur, vacant title. Who else? Who else? A bunch of people got vacant titles. Josh needs to move like a UK guy, no silly bullocks. I mean, look, if people ain't even pressuring Josh Kelly, I think the reason, this is the reason why I believe, well, nah, it can't be. Because the unification about trumps the rehydration. But I think that Josh Kelly at 154, he may not be the most powerful puncher. People may not deem him the better fighter, right? Because people keep on talking about Booth, Virgil, and Fundora. I think that, but I think Josh Kelly is the toughest puzzle to figure out of all of them. I think they all come forward fighters. I think they're highly offensively sound. Fundora fights to the height of his competition. Virgil Ortiz is going to try to get you out of there. Boost is going to try to get you out of there and do some boxing and fight off the back foot and things of that nature. He want to dictate the inside and the outside game and stuff like that. But easy work on Shakur dominating the debate. Sharpe complained about it being personal, But Shakur said, why take it personally when he was only saying in boxing ignorance? Winner. I don't even think it's a debate. I think everybody that's saying that Shakur Stevenson won a debate, you're missing the point. The biggest point, I'm gonna put it again. I don't even think that people are listening what Shannon Sharpe was saying. But let's put it again. I really people hold on.
Don't know shit about boxing. Being ignorant when it comes to the sport of boxing. I'm calling you ignorant when it comes to the sport of boxing.
I have an opinion about my style and what I like to see.
Yeah, I don't have no problems with your opinion.
Yes, you do. You just called me ignorant, but it's my opinion.
In boxing, you are ignorant.
It's my opinion. You got upset because I don't fall in praise you. Your style is boring to me. Your style is boring to me. Your style is boring to me. Your style is still boring.
What's good? Lazy in the building with the $20 super chats. I want to go to TO fight, but I'll be in Honduras at the time. T-Mobile, take over. Let's go. Shout out to the $20. Good looking out, man. Appreciate you, man. God bless you for the donation. I thought it was a trash can. Good looking out, man. Gracias de lo mío. Appreciate you, Honduras in the building. Latino, Caribbean, South America. Bro. So let me read this right quick. He said, easy work on Shakur dominating the debate. Sharpe complained about it being personal, but Shakur said, why take it personally when he was only saying, about boxing ignorance. He's not saying about boxing. He's saying that he's ignorant because his opinion is that your style was not entertaining to me. That's not ignorance. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. You like girls with big booties, and I like a petite girl, right? That's my preference. I didn't say that she's a horrible woman. I didn't say that she's ugly. My preference and my style is that I like a petite. You like big booty women and stuff like that. You like the watermelon and stuff like that. I may like the petite. I may not find Kevin Hart as funny as I find Martin Lawrence. I may think that Jay-Z is a better lyricist than a Busta Rhymes, but guess what? Busta Rhymes to me is more entertaining. And if you had to tell me who I'd rather see to perform, I'd rather see a Busta Rhymes perform all his hits than a Jay-Z perform all his hits, because in my opinion, he's more entertaining and he rocked the stage better. I like DMX better than a Jay-Z and a Nas. Nas is my favorite MC, but in that fucking stage, give me DMX all day. Because he's entertaining to me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I like Trey Songz songs. Hey, he probably got a better vocal voice and got better singing elements than Chris Brown. But Chris Brown is way more entertaining than the Trey Songz. That's my preference. That's my opinion. You cannot be mad and say I'm ignorant over what I deem entertainment. I don't understand. Oh, no. He didn't win nothing. It wasn't a debate. Shakur Stevenson caught a tantrum. And just because he's got a smile on his face is because he's saying he don't got a smile on his. Shannon Sharpe don't got a smile on his face because you disrespected me, saying you're trying to belittle my intelligence when it comes to the sport of boxing. Only because I said that your style was boring to me. So I don't know boxing. If I say, yo, Tim Duncan, like I said earlier, Tim Duncan, he got all the patented moves. He got the footwork, the backboard. He's a technically savvy power forward. But guess what? Shaquille O'Neal to me is more entertaining than Tim Duncan. But Tim Duncan, technically wise, is better than Shaquille O'Neal. Allen Iverson is a more entertaining point guard than a John Stockton. He's a more entertaining point guard to me than probably Jason Kidd, but Jason Kidd may be a better point guard than AI. Steve Nash may be a better point guard than AI, but Allen Iverson is a better entertaining basketball point guard than this. Hey, yo, what's his name? Derrick Rose in his in his prime. Is he a better point guard? A better point guard than a John Stockton? Is he a better point guard? But shit, he's more entertaining than me. About him that he couldn't take. Yeah, he wants Shakur to take his opinion on the chin. No, because what is he arrogant about? You know what I'm saying? He's saying that you're saying that he got to take his opinion on the chin. But what is his opinion? He's just saying that he's arrogant, but arrogant about what? What did he say in that debate that belittle himself, that he don't know shit about boxing? What did he say in that debate, that quote unquote people seem debate? He didn't say, yo, Shakur, you got a weak jab. You don't got good footwork. I don't think that you a better defensive fighter than a Pitbull Cruz. That right there is arrogant. That right there for a boxing head to listen to will be dumb. He didn't say an opinion. He said, my opinion of your style is not only an opinion of a Shannon Sharpe, but it's been an opinion and it's been a criticism of Shakur Stevenson his whole professional career. And Shakur Stevenson, like I said on my live, has apologized for himself being lackluster. Shakur Stevenson himself have apologized, and that's what I mean. I don't know if y'all just started watching the live. I just started watching it live. Yo, that's dope. I got Floyd. This was after the Eddie De Los Santos fight. He came here to support me. I appreciate Floyd. I apologize to him and apologize to Andre Ward. Apologize to Tim. What fighter should apologize if they risk their lives? All my idols, I put on a bad performance. They came out to see a great performance, and I put on a bad one. I apologize to my fans. I apologize to everyone if I had a bad performance or if y'all felt I could have done more. I did too, so I'm sorry. So he agreed. Oh, man, this guy, Twitterson, runner, you're a boring fighter. I should have done more. Just like Andre Ward and Terrence Crawford felt he should have done more versus even the Teofimo Lopez, in which he was winning almost every round. This is Cameron. Everybody was laughing. This ain't nothing new. How does he win a debate when the whole boxing world knows the biggest criticism of Shakur Stevenson is that he's boring? Shannon Sharpe didn't say anything that a lot of people don't say. Shannon Sharpe didn't say that. I think people now got a problem with Shannon Sharpe. It's either people are jealous of Shannon Sharpe and his platform. People just don't like Shannon Sharpe. So when he says something that a Cameron and a Mace could say, but everybody in the culture is laughing. This is 2021. I apologize to all my fans. I didn't feel good tonight, but I did what I had to do to win. Thank you for all the support. I promise better for further fights to come. Shakur specifically apologized to boxing legends Floyd Mayweather, Andre Ward, Terrence Crawford. We were sitting ringside for putting on a bad performance and a boring fight against Eddie De Los Santos. Las Vegas newspaper review put bad performance and a boring fight against Eddie De Los Santos in November 2023. He also apologized to the fans for not delivering a great show, but refused to make any excuse for his overly cautious style. How did he win a debate knowing that he also have stated that he is a boring, not a boring, he never said, I'm a boring fighter, but he know what it is. You know what I'm saying? I like Shakur. See, to me, Shakur Stevenson is not as boring, but I could see why people deem boring. Demetrius Andre is not boring to me, but there's certain fights that people expected Demetrius Andre to do more work and for it deemed them to be boring. You know what I'm saying? I think Canelo Alvarez has been a boring fighter of late, right? But I'm a Canelo Alvarez fan too, but I think that he's been boring for a while. I think he's been boring, in my opinion, for a while. You know what I'm saying? I can understand when people were saying that Devin Haney was boring here and there, but guess what? He wasn't even boring versus the Ryan Garcia fight. He wasn't boring in the first half of the Brian Norman Jr. fight. He wasn't boring in the first half of the Regis Prograis fight, but he coasted. He coasted in the second half of the fight. You know what I'm saying? But he's been boring in the Jackson fight, been boring in the George Kambosos 2 fights, and he's been boring with the Gamboa fight. And that's why people were saying, oh, Devin Haney is boring. And even if you take it into the fight and people don't want to engage and when you see some people could be even boring while they're trying to take it to the fight, But then what people say, man, the motherfucker don't know how to cut the ring off. He don't know how to cut the ring off. David Benavidez is entertaining. Bam Rodriguez entertaining. Gervonta Tan Davis, for the most part, 9 out of 10 times, he's going to be entertaining. Now I've already got a style that his fans like. Pitbull's crew got a style that the fans like. Come on, man. But when it comes to Shakur, people feel like he's a boring fighter. And I have argued for those. The Oscar Valdez fight wasn't boring. The Jamel Herring fight wasn't boring. I was in Madison Square Garden with the Teofimo Lopez fight, and I think I blame both for it to be boring. I don't blame both that it's Shakur. Shakur did what was expected. Because I didn't expect the knockout. See, when it comes to Shakur, I think that people get it, and now people could get irritated with certain fighters that got a particular style and wants to implement a style on them. And man, now you ain't this, you ain't that, you ain't this. But that's just their style. It is what it is. That's Shakur Stevenson style. When I see a Shakur Stevenson fight, I don't expect a knockout. I don't expect blood. I don't expect a killer instinct. I don't expect that from Shakur. I expect a shutout. I expect him to be very, very cautious, but also shot his way through victory. That's what I expect from Shakur Stevenson. He's going to do it as the best that he could do it. I like his reflex. I like the way I like his defense. I think he got one of the best defensive. You know what I'm saying? I know what to expect from Shakur Stevenson. There's certain thing that I value. I see sometimes his defense could be entertaining. Not the type of defense that he showed versus De Los Santos, because he ran, but the defense that he could show versus Consuciao, the defense that he could show even against Teofimo Lopez. But I was in the Garden, bro. That shit was quiet, bro. 20,000 people, bro. It looked like, hey, yo, if I was there in Madison Square Garden, it was 20,000 people sold out. They needed to add another 1,000 seats, 21,000, and it felt like it was 500 people there. It felt like it was 500 people there. The sound. I think it was the 9th round where I think that Tio tried to turn it up and he got Shakur Stevenson on the ropes. You know what I'm saying? For a little bit. And I thought he was going to turn it up. I think the only round that the judges gave Tio, that was the only entertaining part. You can't even, there's no even highlight reels. Is there any highlight reels for Shakur Stevenson? Maybe versus the what's his name? The knockdown versus Oscar Duarte. I said Oscar Duarte. Oscar Valdez. The knockdown versus the electrician. Shakur is extremely cautious. He doesn't get hit, but he don't let his hands go because he's afraid. That's how fans look at him. Yeah, that's what it is. There's other fighters that also defensively sound, but they're not scared. You could see it in Shakur. You know what I'm saying? Look at how Devin Haney performed versus Jose Ramirez. Like people get mad because we see that you got the skills. Why are you fighting like that? Why are you not going for it? Where's the effort? Fans hate the lack of effort of a fighter. That's what it is. If he said Shakur is steps ahead of fighters. The only fighter that has a chance is Shakur is Keyshawn Davis. I want to see that fight, but they're friends. They wouldn't fight. But that's what I'm saying. But look, my brother, think about this. If Shakur is steps ahead of all fighters, get him out of there then. He steps ahead. They don't know what's coming. Get him out. Remember what they call boxing also. As much as they like to say the sweet signs, yeah, it's the hurt business. And it's also entertainment. It's the entertainment business. And Shakur is not going to really understand what a lot of that sentiment because he's a millionaire. He's undefeated. Why would he change? He's not going to change. He's highly successful. He already got a new contract with Zuffa. Why would he change? I understand Shakur Stevenson mindset. So for other people saying that, he's like, yeah, right, I'm boring, but guess what? I just did 21,000 versus Teofimo Lopez. I just got a contract deal. I'm good. I don't give a damn which I call me. I could see the belief. And that's all good. I think anybody that will have that type of comment, what you going to tell me what's entertaining or not? If people are going to come, thousands are watching me fight. If I'm not entertaining, why thousands of people is coming to watch me fight? Like, I would rather hit Shannon Sharpe with that and make him question instead of saying you don't know shit about boxing. He should be like, but if I'm not entertaining, there's a reason why you got me on this show. That's number one. I'm a high successful caliber boxer. It's the reason why I'm in your show. You just ain't gonna have nobody in your show, right? I just sold out Madison Square Garden. Can you tell me the last male fighter that sold out Madison Square Garden? See, I could play like that. So I understand I might not be entertaining to you, but I'm entertaining to a whole lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Not be combative and say you don't know shit about boxing. Just be like, hey, yo, I understand that shit. That's your style. Hey, and I've had performances where I questioned my own self and I had to apologize. But there's thousands of people that also see me entertaining. For you, I might not be entertaining, but Ocho Cinco may like my style. You may not like my style. Your style for you is not entertaining and it's all cool. But it should have never been, and what I'm saying, that's why I say it's the dumbest debate, because it should have never been a debate, because it's an opinion. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know we back at it tomorrow, probably tomorrow. Good looking out for the people that are tuning in right now. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to me on Kick, subscribe to me. Subscribe to your boy on Kick. Let's get to 100 followers on Kick. Let me put the link up here for y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Support your boy on Kick as well and my other social media platforms. Give me a second. Good looking out. 10 years. Love my kids in the building. Was love my kids. Good looking out. Showing love on the on Kick. Give me a second. Copy. Good looking out, be great, brother. Good looking out, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate the back and forth, you know? Shout out to the people that watched the live the midnight. You know what I'm saying? Y'all seen Remy Ma's husband was training with Shannon Shields. And right away he looked at she said, they're gonna say that you upstairs. And he says, yeah, let me see them goofies. And I'm like, yo, why he's calling people goofy and shit like that, brother? She's the one, she's the, if anybody's goofy, she's the one that's goofy because she's the one that always be like, you upstairs. Why you don't turn around and tell her you a goofy because first you a goofy. Why you don't turn around and say, yo, you a goofy because you got a tattoo of me in your titty and I got a tattoo of my wife. You think I'm ever going to get a tattoo of you? You's a goofy because you think, yeah, I'm going to give you a baby. Why would I give you a quote unquote $8 Monopoly $1 million deal, facilitate an $8 million deal just to get you pregnant? Who you think I am? How the hell you think I'm getting paid by winning records? Huh? You think I want you pregnant? If I get you pregnant, then we ain't going to get money for a whole year. I ain't gonna get you pregnant. I ain't gonna get no damn tattoo of you, and I'm not gonna divorce my beautiful wife. So turn around. You got to turn around and be like, damn, you're goofy. Cal Monk.
Yeah, you can call me Cali.
Cali? Oh.
Cali. Yeah.
Hold on.
California, man. I'm from born and raised California.
What's good, man?
Yeah. I'm not gonna stay on long, but I just want to get my input, man, on the Shakur situation.
What do you feel about it?
Look, man, Shakur, he has a young daughter. He has his family. He don't want to. At the end of his career, he don't want to be like some of these other boxers are punch drunk. No pun intended. But
got you. I know.
Yeah, man, he don't want to be all punch drunk where he can't talk and his speech is slurred. So he goes in there and he does just what he has to do to win the fight. And in my opinion, I think he's trying to follow after Mayweather, because Mayweather, besides that Maidana fight, he didn't get hit that much. You know what I mean? There's a couple other fights where he got hit, but he also had hand issues as well. But Mayweather was a boxer puncher, and he didn't get hit that much. And I think Shakur really looked at his career and said, Mayweather made all the millions, and he didn't get hit that much. So I'm going to do the same thing. Because who wants to step away from boxing and can't enjoy their life after boxing?
And no, and that's all good. That for me personally, like I said before, like I don't find Shakur Stevenson the way that people is calling him. I can understand why certain fights people deem him boring, like I mentioned the Nakatilia, the Dedo de los Santos, and particular fights like that. But I don't think that he should be trying to question somebody else's, oh, you don't know shit about boxing, because his preference is that your style is not entertaining. That's a preference. That's just a style. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He shouldn't be trying to like belittle your intellect. I'm not going to belittle your intellect because you tell me, you know what, man, Deontay Wilder is exciting to me. Man, you don't know shit about boxing. Deontay Wilder can't move like this. Nah, Deontay Wilder knocks out dude. He's entertaining to me. That's it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I can't get mad at you and then question you don't know shit about boxing because you're saying that Deontay Wilder is more entertaining than you. But Usyk may be better skillful, but maybe Deontay Wilder just entertains you better.
Yeah. And who wants to watch a fight where, you know what I mean, like that one Canelo against the one guy that was the Cuban guy that was doing all that running and stuff like that, and they ridiculed him so much they got him up out of there. Nobody really wanted to see him no more. And I think until Shakur gets done like that, he's gonna keep on doing the same thing, because at the end of the day, he gets his hand raised and he goes home and he spends his money and he enjoys his family with no scratches on his face. I ain't checking his face out like that, but I don't really see his face all bruised up and beat up, and his nose looking all crooked and stuff like that. I don't see all that. You know what I mean? So if it works for him, he's going to keep doing it.
And I said the same thing. He's going to keep on doing it. The worst thing that could happen, God forbid, because I don't want the fighters to get robbed and like that, is that with that particular style, he think he's winning. He get robbed because he held back, because he didn't go for it. So
he gonna learn his lesson.
Exactly. He going to learn his lesson that, yo, you should. Because I'm gonna give you a quick example. The Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Bud Crawford. If you see the scorecard, forget about what people thought, yo, Bud Crawford won almost every round or whatever. If you see the scorecard of Canelo Alvarez and Bud Crawford, if Bud Crawford didn't turn it up in that 9th round, 11th round, if those 2 rounds, if he didn't turn it up, because he could have kept doing the same thing he was doing throughout the whole fight. But if he didn't turn it up, he would have lost that fight. And people would have been like, yo. But if you look at the scorecards, the fight that the rounds that he turned it up, he won those rounds. He needed the last 2 rounds to win the fight on those scorecards.
Yeah, definitely.
So
right.
It's going to be a rude awakening for him.
Right. And then once he steps in the Zuffa, he's going to be fighting at 135 or 140, because they don't really have the in-between weight classes. So he's going to be fighting at what, 135, you think?
I think well, depending if they get the catch weight with Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I think, to be honest, I think Zuffa is gonna switch up all the plans that they had, and trying to say that they only care about one belt, or they only care about these particular weight classes. I think that's all gonna change. I think they say certain things and now they're switching everything up. But I think that they're gonna have their fighters fighting in
because they want to keep the fights fair and entertaining. But last thing before I go, I think him and El Rayo will be a good one, but El Rayo's trainers have to tell him to make it a dog fight, because I know Shakur doesn't like to get hit in the face. He don't like to get roughed up. You got to go in there and rough him up, put some scratches and some bruises on him, and force him to fight. When you inside, rough him up. You know what I mean? Do whatever you have to do.
Like William Cepeda. Like William Cepeda.
But you know what I mean? But get him, like, keep it a dog fight, like with Mayweather and Maidana. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Maidana won that fight. I don't care what nobody says. He won that fight, and they robbed him because of the favoritism, because of the Mayweather and stuff like that. He was probably going to petition the results and everything, so they gave it to Mayweather. They gifted him with that because he was the cash cow at the time.
Shit. So, let me get this $5 super chat. Good looking out, Tunnel Vision. Floyd had a lot of exciting fights. Shakur fights nothing like that man. Floyd was levels above that man. Yeah, people. That's what I was saying earlier. Good looking out. When people think about Floyd Mayweather, they think about two fighters: Pretty Boy Floyd, Money May.
Right. But they face different levels of competition. Mayweather had better competition than Shakur. Way better competition.
Hell yeah.
And he had way more fights.
And even as Money May, he turned it up. Like, people forget about that 12 round versus Cotto. He turned it up versus Cotto in that 12 round. You know what I'm saying?
I watched that fight.
Even as Money May is more entertaining than a prime Shakur Stevenson.
Right, exactly.
Even an old Money May.
Yeah. But Shakur is going to be tested. His next fight should be against somebody that will test him and take him to the limits, because nobody want to pay all that money for them seats and then be a snooze fest. You know what I mean? Don't nobody want to go to sleep. You pay all that hard-earned money, and then you taking off of work or whatever you're doing to make it to the fight, and then you go watch somebody pity pat and do all that running and all that road runner. You know what I mean? Like Shakur reminds me of the road runner from the Looney Tunes.
Hey, put it this way. Even though that he beat Teofimo Lopez, I wish the scorecards would have read 116, 112, 115, so he could be like, yo, I almost lost this fight. Right. So then this next fight, he knows. Sometimes it does. Sometimes you get them close. What? Yeah. What? That was close.
Exactly. That's why I'm interested to see who the judges are going to be and the ref is going to be for the next fight. Because if I was fighting him, I would want to pick a certain ref or have a say so in who I want the ref to be. Because some of these refs, they be saving these fighters, bro. Like I watched the Mason against Bell, and I don't want to see nobody get brain damage or nothing like that. But you know what I mean? He could have let him keep fighting. Like, if that had been Harvey Dock or somebody like that, they would have did the right thing. Would it be raise him up and ask him, hey man, you want to continue, or raise him up, give him the count to 8, and say, you want to continue fighting? And if he didn't give the right response, then call it off. Don't get on your knees and hug him and then wink to the whoever he was winking to out there. Come on, bro.
Facts, bro.
Don't nobody want to see that. But yeah, man, thanks for letting me on, Punch Drunk. I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you too, man.
I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna drop a super chat right now too, bro.
Good looking out, man. Appreciate you, bro. All right, man. Peace. Good looking out, Cali. Good looking out, Cali, man. See, I told you I'm opening up the panels. Good looking out for the people that tuning in and joining the panel. Good convos, good takes, good take. Again, Shakur Stevenson has every right to defend what people may say about him. It's not, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think that Shannon Sharpe said anything disrespectful. That's what I'm saying. He just said his preference. Channel. Bro, Money May was guys 15 to 20 pounds bigger than him and still gave exciting fights. De La Hoya, Hatton, Ortiz, Cotto, Alvarez, Maidana, Robert, Shakur, no Floyd. Facts. He's not a Floyd. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. He ain't even Money May, bro. Pretty boy, whole nother level. Pretty boy, man. Hey, yo, when I see Shakur Stevenson, at least dude, chop Corley, at least, hey, yo, I want to see Shakur Stevenson. Give us at least a Gotti. If you levels above somebody, levels, and want to prove a point, man, look what Floyd Mayweather did to Gotti, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, nah, Shakur ain't never performed like, not even like that. Not even like that, bro. Salvador. But yo, folks, man, y'all already know, man. About to be out. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. Love you, God bless. And subscribe to me on Kick, Facebook, Punch Wrong Boxing on Facebook. You already know, man. Subscribe to me there as well. Follow your boy. We got 11,000 right there on Facebook. Let's elevate Kick. Let's elevate the platform on Kick. Let's also elevate. Follow me on IG, TikTok. But right now, I'm focused on YouTube, Kick, Facebook. So subscribe to your boy. Cali, good looking out with the $5 super chat, bro. You one of the best, bro. Keep up the good content, and thanks for letting me on to give my 2 cents. Appreciate you, Kick, man. I mean, I'm Cali. You got the green, so I said Kick. Good looking out, Cali, bro. Thank you, man, for joining the panel, man. I appreciate that for real. Man. I like talking boxing. You know, different perspective. You know, great for the content, great for the channel. Appreciate y'all. I'm gonna open up the panels even more when I go live as well, because I want to really not just base everything off my opinion, especially when I go live. I think it's healthy to give other people perspective and things of that nature respectfully. So love y'all. Y'all already know God first, everything second. Fight plus survive equals true champions. The best investment you can make in your life is have God in your heart. Y'all already know we're brothers and sisters, sons and daughters of the Most High. We're one race, the human race. Y'all already know what it is. Peace out. Have a great Friday. Happy hour. Let's go. Tequila, tequila, tequila.